Hello, I'm back to the island. I need to make this a bit quieter. There we go. Oh, back to the island. Macy's Beast, and today we're back with a goodbye. I just hope I don't have to read as much. Like last time, it just really my voice just got fucked. So this time I actually have some preventative measures with me. Namely, I have a bottle of lemonade with me. Also, I started playing Girls Frontline for some fucking reason. Just saw advertisement for it and thought, you know what? Fuck it. So yeah, now I played Girls Frontline, which I just succeeded at mission. I just started today, by the way, and I keep getting 2 stars from mission rewards, which is kind of annoying me. Listen here, you fat little cunt. I don't want those. Anyways, so yeah, I've also barely gotten anywhere in the game yet because I'm just farming girls. Which, if you don't know what Girls Frontline is, it's like the Azure Lane or the Kantai collection of guns. If that makes sense. Like, you can literally have a waifu that's a Thompson. That is a possibility. Or a Sten Mark II, which I just got another one because I fulfilled a mission. And I just... Apparently the factory is done with 1 production, so I'm gonna go ahead and... Oh, a 4-star! We get a Springfield! Nice. So yeah, that's how all of this works. Oh, it's because of the dummy link thing. Like I'm now interested. Like, what the fuck do I have? Just click on her, I guess. I mean, I just got a better one. I should just go ahead and throw out this sniper rifle for this one. Yeah, I get it, handgun. For example, you can also get a Spectre M4 or a M1 Garand, a K2, Galil. Those are, of course, all just short versions of the name because they probably don't want to print it all on there. There's FG42, MP40, M3, P38, M1895, M1911. That's the names of these girls, which kind of weird, but I guess. I also don't know any of those guns. I'm not a gun freak. I'm more for melee weapons. Even then, I'm not that knowledgeable about them. Anyways, the shopping district is so busy it almost makes the town seem like a tourist town. If it's this packed on a weekend, I can only imagine what on a weekday. I can only imagine what a weekend will be like. There were some streets in the UPJ comparable to this, but we never saw people holding shopping bags like they are here. They are full of bright, colorful items, some even gift-wrapped. Morna, just plain and simple, has a wider selection, plus the items in their stores are more attractive. No one will blame you if you thought Morna was a tourist city after seeing this. It may look like one, but Morna isn't actually a tourist city. The immigration control in the city is incredibly strict, so outsiders can't visit for a simple trip or vacation. Immigration control, the standard procedures for entry into the city of Morna, has grown considerably stricter over the past 10 years. The official reason given for the change was that it was to prevent people from smuggling in or running off with patented research and new technologies. Also, apparently we missed the A and B lunch meals thing. A and B lunch meals. Popular lunch meals at Tenshido Academy that include well-loved food. Popular lunch meals at Tenshido Academy that include well-loved foods such as Korean ramen, Millet is especially popular with boys due to the fact that it regularly includes fried foods and meat. Meal B is less popular, as it usually has dishes with vegetables, but is well regarded for being a healthy lunchtime option. A variety of other lunch options also exist at the Tenshiro cafeteria. There we go. Wait, do we have? Oh, we have a second page. Anyways, I fucked it up. I didn't click on it on accident. For a city with a geopolitical significance, with such geopolitical significance as Morna, entry is only granted with good reason. So all the goods and stores here are marketed towards the locals. It's almost crazy to believe that these stores here manage to thrive off only the locals' money. In addition to this, there are a fair number of restaurants, and also many other academic institutions besides Tenshiro Academy, such as colleges and universities. That's why you'll find dorms littered around the city and shops that target students. Add onto that the numerous research facilities that employ people. Add onto all of that the numerous research facilities that employ people from outside Morna. There we go, I managed to read it. Those people often live alone, apart from their families and relatives. Aside from restaurants, you can also find convenience stores, hardware stores, and bookstores, and video rental stores. Yes, May was right. Whoops, I skipped something there. That I'd find some stores useful. He knows what he's talking about. Where I came from, there was nothing like this. Chaos? Disorder? Gotta put my headphones back on properly. There we go. So like a box full of toys for adults. Interesting. Huh? Oh, get your head out of the gutter. Get a pure mind like May, that would have been a perfectly normal sentence. It was a very blatant innuendo. And I like the fact that Sue there managed to pick up on it. Alright, I'll admit I did that on purpose. I'm sorry. Being best friends means having top-notch teamwork, it seems. Also, before I read this, back on where is it? Is it here? Oh, there, Kuzumochi. Back on this entry, someone commented something like, "Yeah, here are most likely made from some other kind of start," and he commented like, "You're the programmer, you should know that." And to that, I just had to say like, because now I just think like, for every time like glossary entry is just, I like to think it's just him taking notes, like Kaito taking notes, like, yes, she said something about Kawaya. So let's go ahead and write down. Okay, Kawaya, a hardware store owned by the Kawaya Group as one of their main business ventures, and the most popular home improvement retailer in Morna. They are able to boast lower prices than most of their competitors due to the fact that Kawaya can cut costs using the distribution service they also own. There we go. But what were we talking about? We were about to head to the shop, and you started writing stuff down. Yes. Sorry about that. Anyways, I don't think I need much of anything right now. But I guess I'll discover stuff I might want later down the road. Also, I accidentally... like, the back of my head often itches. And I just accidentally scratched myself bloody again. Happens often. Also, why the fuck is my phone blinking? Stop blinking. Don't care about that, don't care about that, don't care about that, don't care about that. Apparently another more anime stuff is going on. Anyways, it stopped blinking now. Hallelujah. Anyways.
ご飯どころ高梨はどう？富士山カレーの早食いに挑戦したら食費が浮くわよ。
Takanashi's Diner, a fashionable restaurant run by Mr. Takanashi that offers reasonably priced meals. This restaurant's grade is appreciated by both students and researchers who come to Morna for work. Sugiri did not know at the time, but the Mount Fuji Cherry Challenge had since been discontinued. Though there were many who passed the challenge, they stopped offering it to the time it took to prepare, as well as the fact that it was terribly unprofitable for the restaurant. Maybe a fast eater, but I'm not a glutton.
考えてみたら、私は一人暮らしをしたことがないから、どういう店が便利なのかわからないです。私もそうね。カイトって自炊する？
Decent amount, but sometimes I don't feel like cooking anything, so I'll eat out.
まあ、それじゃあ適当にブラブラしますか。これっていう場所を見つけるってことで。マスターのところも良かったんだけどね。そうですね。カイトくんのお口に合うかわからないですね。
Grandmaster H? Who the heck is this Grandmaster H guy?
私たちが時々行っている喫茶店があるんですよ。紹介してもいいんだけど、カイトがメールだ。
Sugiri opens her cell phone.
お母さんからだ。私買い物頼まれてたんだ。すっかり忘れてた。
Sugiri takes a quick look at her watch, then looks back up and puts her hands together in an apologetic manner.
ごめんカイト、メイ。今日用事があった。
It's fine, don't worry about it.
別にいいですよ。ごめん、本当にごめん。この埋め合わせ必ずするから。
No, it's okay. Just hang out with me again tomorrow and I'll be content.
もちろん。それじゃまた明日。メイ、カイトのことよろしくね。
Oh no, he's all yours, because I'm going for your route first. Keep saying that. like every few minutes I have to say that I'm going for her route first. Oh, by the way, I'm going for her route first.
スーちゃん、またです。
Sugiri trots off, leaving us. She's walking off. As she's walking off, she picks up a call and starts talking. You kind of tell she's in a hurry, and also the girl I'm gonna go with first. So what's the problem? So what's the plan now? Wanna continue our stroll to the shopping district?
はい。スーちゃんに頼まれましたし、カイトくんが満足するまで付き合います。
But, you know, I really want to reply with something like wanna accompany me to my room tonight then, but I have a feeling raunchy humor will just go over her head without Sugiri here. And I continue to check out the shopping district for the time being. I'm really glad that I'll have all these useful stores at such a close distance. As long as I live in Morna, I'll probably be able to live with just 3 locations. The dorm, the academy, and the shopping district. I've made it my goal for these next few weeks to concentrate on getting used to life as a student of Tenshido Academy. Everything is completely new and foreign to me here, so I feel much more tense and stressed out than I ever was in the UPJ. Things are getting better with every day, so I get more and more used to my life here. I really have to be thankful that I met such great people in Mei and Sugiri so quickly. They've saved me in more ways than one. I'm feeling confident that I'll be able to blend in and behave as a normal citizen of this town before too long. It has now been 1 week since I started attending Tenshido Academy. Iwashimizu, one of the guys in my class, suddenly walks through the door carrying a desk for some odd reason. What the hell are you gonna do with that? Again, is that new student gonna be like a spy from the Commonwealth? Yes, I remember that it's called the Commonwealth of Japan. Damn, I'm good. He ignores my question and addresses the whole class. Everyone currently present reacts to his words. She points at me and I nod. You're not talking about me. Hey, fuck you! What did I do wrong? The question falls entirely to deaf ears. Everyone's ears perk up when he says that. Guys are all smiling mischievously, while girls, well, they're just looking forward to having another one of their gender here. Man, I almost feel like an unwanted puppy. Thanks. I just imagine her like petting him as he just sits there. Don't stroke my head. I'm telling you to stop for my own benefit and get me all giddy here! Thanks for the consolation, I guess. This incident is making me too keenly aware of how insignificant my existence is in the eyes of the class. Might be better if I don't attract attention considering my mission. But still, I feel so defeated. Why? I'm right here with her. It is a little strange. Something kind of bothers me about how someone transferring in after me. Put this into perspective, I doubt the Academy even anticipated a transfer like mine at all. It wouldn't surprise me if Tobu Kaito was forcefully put in the school registry without any advance notice towards the administration. And this current transfer situation? I'm thinking it could be similar to mine. Who died and put this guy in charge of our class? The other students don't question his authority. They shuffle towards their seats at once. Sister Therese calmly at the stream, then casually remarks on the class atmosphere. And after that very understandable reaction, a girl comes walking in behind her. The second we get a glimpse of her, every guy in the room holds their breath. Like was said, this girl is good looking. Very good looking. Excitement and anticipation fill the room, but somehow everyone manages to stay silent. I think they're far too captivated to do anything besides stare. You can feel the whole class waiting eagerly to hear her voice. Hey guys, I'm the new transfer student! What the fuck? Her every feature is enough in its own way to draw attention. From her perfect posture to that dainty, slightly blushed face, to her gorgeous long black hair. And when all those are combined, the only thing you're capable of feeling is awe. Sister Therese then writes her name on the board with neat, perfect handwriting. Rindo Natsume appears to be the girl's name.
Rindo-san,
The voice sounded a little shrill there. The voice is quiet. By the way, I'm turn the music a little down. And then... And also I'm gonna turn like background voices down to 60. I'm gonna turn the overall volume up, which you won't see because I'm using my doing that using my headphones, because I can directly influence that on my headphones, because I have the future in my hand. Return to game. She bows deep and forcefully, with no regards to what it might do to her silky hair. All at once, the image of the Madonna crumbles. She raises her face only for it to be redder than before. Nerves of embarrassment are more than apparent. She must have realized how red her own face was, because she immediately starts fiddling with her hair, looking around the room restlessly.
リンドウさん、緊張しないで。あ、はい。日本連邦から参りました。この度は私のような若輩者を受け入れていただき、感謝するとともに、
This reminds me of something. Wait, hold on a second. I feel the need to check something real quick. I doubt it is, because someone said like there's gonna be something that's gonna be hell to pronounce later down the line, and now there's I thought maybe that's and I didn't remember if that was exactly what that person said. But now that I remember what the person said, yeah, no, this is not gonna be the oh my god, it's hell to pronounce, because Rindo Natsume isn't that hard.
私はその連邦では学院生でした。はい、そうでした。
She is clearly a fucking spy.
私は学院生として視力を尽くす所存でありますからして、この度こちらの天主堂学院に入学できたことに喜びの意を示すとともに。リンドウさんストップ。自己紹介はもういいから。あ、はい。すみませんでした。
Be it shyness or simple nerves on her part, her behavior is awkward enough to make all of us feel a little queer.
リンドウさん、謝らなくていいから。皆さん、仲良くしてあげてください。リンドウさん、わからないことがあったら、皆さんに聞いてくださいね。
わかりました。
With Yoshimizu's voice as the cue, everyone starts welcoming her loudly.
はい、リンドウさん質問。彼氏はいますか？
Dude! She's the one that's supposed to be asking us questions!
いません。
Okay, now that I've met her, like, she is fucking adorable, so I kinda wanna go for her. This game is... I'm surprised she answered that so quick.
俺、立候補します。
募集はかけていません。転入生困らせてどうするのよ。
Seeing the poor new girl obviously overwhelmed by the brazenness of the guys, Suguri throws her a lifeboat. Thanks to that, her embarrassment is easily drowned out by the laughter. Honestly, I really do love how kind and welcoming this class is. After the laughter dies down, Sister Threes claps her hands to bring everyone back to attention.
はい、皆さん、静かにして。リンドウさん、あそこがあなたの席だから。
Sister Threes points at the empty desk and chair that was put here today, especially for her. Considering how Iwashimizu just waltzed into the class with her desk, the transfer must have really come quite suddenly.
はい、皆さん、ふつつか者ですが、よろしくお願いします。
Suddenly the whole class falls silent. Yikes, she's already apologizing in advance. Her excessive humility reminds me a bit of May. Knowing my little quip, the rest of the guys in the class all at once go wild. This naturally scares the new girl.
何が？
I feel like there was supposed to be more. Her innocent reaction only adds fuel to the fire.
本当にいい転入生だ。
And here come those feelings of being unwanted again. Homeroom got off to a late start because of the commotion surrounding our wonderful, wonderful new transfer student. As a result, our break before first period got cancelled. We were now in our break after first period. The very second that that class got out, everyone flocked around the new girl like they'd been waiting for this opportunity the whole day.
はじめまして。私は雪城メイと言います。よろしく。私は早乙女すぐり。わからないことがあったら言ってね。特にここの野郎たちのことで困ったらね。
May and Suguri were the first ones to introduce themselves.
よろしくお願いします。リンドウさん、緊張しないでください。みんな大歓迎してますから。
そうだぜ。俺なんて特に歓迎してるぜ。
はいはい。歓迎してるのは分かったから転入生を困らせない。
Just like the thought, like he just suddenly shows up and she just kind of kicks him back to the curb. People keep gathering and gathering. As exhausting as joining that big crowd seems, I should still at least introduce myself. I want to be on good terms with all of my peers. So I walk over and enter the giant circle encompassing the girl. Hi there, I'm Tobokaito. As I say that, she looks over at me, and her gaze completely changes. The others must have noticed as well, since they all stop talking and stare at us. What's wrong? Rather than describing it as stern, I would say her gaze is more sincere and emotion-ridden. But I could tell those emotions were not positive emotions. It was a complete opposite of Suguri's reaction when she and I first met. Why is she looking at me like this?
よろしく。
I want to interpret her current look as a smile. Her expression has thus normalized, seemingly neither hostile nor hospitable. Is it possible for me to read what emotions may be lying behind it? It's impossible for me to read what emotions may be lying behind it. That she looks back towards the people crowding around her and changes more greetings and introductions. That strange gaze she'd given me had disappeared just as abruptly as it appeared. Thus my exchange with her stops at that for the time being. Nothing else of note happened between us and the rest of class. For the rest of class, I feel is what that's supposed to say. Because of that, I couldn't figure anything out about her beyond her being a transfer student. Not that I had any such need to begin with. To begin with. That was 2 twos. But there was one thing bugging me. Maybe she also knows this Tobokaito person. We're now on lunch break, and Orindo Natsume, the oh so wonderful transfer student, still remains the center of attention. Both people invite her to eat lunch with them. The guys in particular almost revere her as an idol, but she seems to ignore their advances on the whole.
リンドウさんをお昼に誘ってきます。
Mary walks off towards her without waiting for any sort of reply from Suguri or me.
お昼ご飯、一緒にどうですか？あ、
Natsume moves her eyes from me and over in my direction. Oh, there's no room for debate, really. Staring directly at me 100%. After eyeing for such an excruciating long time that everyone in the class has begun to scare, she gives her answer to me.
わかった。ご商売に預かる。よかったです。
May slightly waves almost to tell us non-verbally. It worked.
ねえ、カイトも連邦だったよね。リンドウさんと知り合い？
Not much chance of that.
だよね。自己紹介してたもんね。
Suguri took notice of it then. She noticed the way the new girl was looking at me. But to be fair, I don't think there was a person in this class who didn't.
では、学食に行きましょう。
I was probably the only one who didn't. That's fucking Kirito again! Get the fuck out of my game! It's worse enough that I have to deal with you and Fatal Bullet! May and Suguri wander around with their lunch boxes, looking for a seat, while Rindo and I go to order something in the cafeteria. I take the opportunity to teach her how the system works here. So you wanna get your meal ticket right here and use that to get your food. Rice dishes are over there. See where it's written? Everything okay? Seem a little out of it. I mean, if it seems too complicated for you, you can always just stick with the A and B meals. They're safe bets.
定定食にする。
She gets a ticket for A and I for B. Food for each meal changes daily. It appears B is the most favored choice today. So there's still quite a bit left of A. We can quickly pick up our food and give them our meal tickets. Then get some tea for everyone while we're at it and finally take our seats. Hi, we're back.
カイトくん、お茶をありがとうございます。リンドウさん、こっちにどうぞ。ありがとう。
She happily sits down beside Suguri. Alrighty then. Without further ado, bon appetit! Mei and Suguri also repeat my words. It's not really necessary for me to initiate something like this, since those two well-mannered girls would do it on their own anyway. But I shouldn't neglect these kinds of pre-meal customs. Seemingly most well-mannered among them, you girl, surveys the room, absent-mindedly, forgetting to say the pre-meal words.
リンドウさん、どうかしました？この感じ、懐かしい。感じって？こういう騒がしい場所で仲間と食事していたことがあったんだ。
I could sympathize with that.
カイトくんと同じですね。彼と？
Cafeterias always seem to be the same kind of place no matter what school you're at. So I guess it's kinda normal.
それにしても反応が似てるね。そうですね。二人とも出身地が同じではないですか？
Like, can we just look at this line and this line? It's like the game is trying to beat you over the head with the realization she is a spy, you stupid fuck! Anyways, not similar to a state where we come from one after another, but they're different. So we arrive at the conclusion that location had nothing to do with it. In my case at least, region couldn't have played any part, since, well, my experience come from the basic training in the military. All in all, Natsume's reaction mirroring mine probably just meant that cafeterias and mess halls in general give a similar experience wherever you are. No.
似てる雰囲気なら良かったですね。馴染みやすいと思います。リンドウさんも連邦だから早食いだったりして。
Don't be silly.
早食い？こっちの話。
Those eating habits aren't related to the Commonwealth in any way. They originate from my time in basic training. Man, is it just me or is it louder in here? Kinda wish it was a little quieter.
それは同意だ。話し声が少し通らない気がする。皆の声が聞こえづらい。静かにお話ししたいんなら、食堂じゃなくて教室がいいよ。食堂でパンやサンドイッチでも買えばいいし。それもありだな。
Then do you guys want to do that next time? I'm down to. They have a lot of buns with filling and sandwiches here that look delicious. Apparently a good number of students don't eat in the cafeteria. The queue in front of the school store counter is pretty long. They probably have their own school favorites there that sell out fast, just like the melee here in the cafeteria.
パンか。弁当の類はあるか？あるの？すぐ売り切れちゃうけどね。
Must be hard trying to get those. It's probably like a battlefield there.
同意だ。ごちそうさまでした。
Alright, done eating.
早いです。
Just surprised when I look at Rindo's tray and see nothing left. He seems to be similarly surprised looking right at my own tray.
早いな。
You're telling me?
やっぱり連邦って早食い推奨なの？
Are you completely sure they don't physically train people to eat as fast as possible in the Commonwealth? Like, are you sure? Like, or are you two just fucking vacuums? I don't think so. Fucking inhales it. Can't be.
そういうわけでは。
We both denied and take a sip of tea, almost in sync. My plastic cup happens to be empty, so I stand up from my chair to get a refill. And Rindo, coincidentally, does so as well. May and Sudi exchange a glance with each other, then look back at us. I already know what they're thinking, even without asking.
二人とも知り合いだったんですか？
Wait a second, the inside of my ear is itchy again. There we go. Ignore the strange noises that came there for a second.
いや、全然。
Positive! We both inadvertently reply in unison. What the hell's up with this girl? After lunch break comes our last class of the day, and after that, the evening homeroom, and then we're free to go. I have nothing left to do at school, so I ask May and Suguri, like usual, if they want to walk home together with me. Same old tired routine, but I feel a different pair of eyes from usual on me. Like, I'm kind of beginning to like this art style as well. There's something I've noticed, but Rindo almost always has her eyes on me when I'm in her field of vision. Her staring is so incessant that I can feel it penetrating my skin. I've never really come across such an unwavering, focused stare before that describing it as penetrating felt so apt. She neither seems to be directing hostility nor affection my way. She's just simply looking at me. During my training to become a spy, they told me that this was the #1 most suspicious way to observe a target.
リンドさん、渡したい書類があるから職員室に寄ってくれる？はい、すぐに行きます。
Rindo leaves the room along with the sister, finally giving me some breathing room. Is she watching me like a hawk intentionally or what?
カイトくん、帰りましょう。
Yeah, I'm ready. Thus, Mei, Suguri, and I leave the classroom as well.
ねえ、カイト。本当にリンドさんのことは知らないの？
I swear I don't, honest to God.
知らないようには見えないんだけどな。
I was just as surprised as you to find her staring at me. Got me confused. Maybe it's something a guy wouldn't understand.
さあ、そもそもあれは女心なのかな。きっと、カイトくんのことが気になるんだと思います。
Well, that much is obvious. Painfully so. I was on point with my earlier thought. Maybe she does know Tobukaito.
リンドさんも転校してきて不安なのかもしれません。
I sure hope so. All you'd have to do to fix that is talk to her, make her open up and feel more comfortable at school. But I really don't believe this is something we can solve overnight.
またお昼ご飯誘いましょう。今度はどっちが早く食べ終わるかな？
I don't really want to turn lunch into a competition. The following day, I head to school a bit earlier than usual so I can eat breakfast in the cafeteria. Not even a second or two after I walk in, I feel a pair of eyes on me and look around.
じー。
The oh so wonderful, unlike me, transfer student sure doesn't waste time. She's already watching me like a hawk. She's hiding behind the shoe locker, eyeing with an unfaltering determination. Well, okay, I should correct myself. She might be under the impression that she's hiding behind the shoe locker, but I can see her plain as day. Hi there. She anxiously looks around. It's like she's intentionally asking herself who I was talking to, as if there was any question. Hello, Rindom Natsume.
おはようございます。
She is fucking awkward as hell, and I love it. Rindo returns my greeting, trying desperately to hide her surprise before walking off. She tried, but not to much success. As I'm in the middle of eating my curry for breakfast, I feel a pair of eyes on me.
じー
Like she's just sitting there, arms crossed. Dorindo is sipping on some tsukimi soba behind me while looking directly at me. Facial expression seems to question my choice of curry for breakfast. Kind of rude, really. I kind of forgot his name. Sojiro. Persona 5 dad. Sojiro would be disappointed in her. After I finish my breakfast, I head towards his classroom, when once again I feel a pair of eyes on my back.
じー
Keeps a distance and tells me. Maybe it just seems that way since we're both going to the same location.
じー
Even after we're both in our seats, the staring continues. Try not to act bothered by it and prepare for our first period class. But the staring only continues, and continues, and continues. Anytime I try to look back at her, she instantly moves her head in a different direction.
タイコおはよ
Morning, Suguri. She notices the tense air between me and Dorindo almost instantly.
う何かあった
That's what I wanna know! I have no fucking clue. I felt her eyes on me, both during class and in between class. The oh so wonderful transfer student's gaze had left me all day, and now it's already lunchtime. Wait a second. Thinking I've endured this long enough, I decided to go and say something to her. Hey, so, you need something from me. This time she finally didn't ignore me. Now to be accurate, there wasn't any way she could have. Her whole body flinches in surprise and her eyes dart around every which way as a cold sweat washes down her face. I don't know if I've ever seen someone so visibly flustered. So... She gets up from her seat, then sprints through the mass of students into the hallway. The way she fled was so strikingly similar to a rabbit's, it was almost comical. Okay... What is their deal? Seriously. Simply stand there awkwardly, feeling the attention of the entire class resting on me. Only she could have taken this awkwardness with her when she left. Just look at the class, just shrug. After that, I managed to make my inconspicuous escape from the classroom by accompanying Mary and Suguri to the cafeteria. Lunch break, the rest of our class, and the final homeroom of the day flew by uneventfully, bringing the school day to a close. Luckily for me, Rindo's staring wasn't as intense after lunch break. I hope I can attribute that to my attempt at talking to her. Speaking of her, I just saw her run out the hallway seemingly in a hurry. I wasn't even a second after the teacher dismissed us. This time I wasn't reminded of a rabbit, but rather a cheetah chasing after her prey. I really wonder what's got her acting this way. But do I want to know, honestly? Probably not, now that I think about it. Need something to drink.
リンドウさん行っちゃいました
Maybe if we go after her, we might catch her at the shoe lockers?
追いつかないと思いますリンドウさんって走るの速いんですよ
Yeah, I saw how quickly she was out of here.
今日の体育でびっくりしました運動神経抜群です
Like, that's just more red flags that she's in the fucking military. Since PE is separated by gender, I didn't have to endure Rindo's stare there. Then, it was fairly pleasant.
今日あたりから運動部の争奪戦が始まりそうねだから逃げ出したのかな
Would you really be perceptive enough to predict that in advance?
あれは逸材だと体育の先生も目つけてたよ陸上部あたりなら即戦力だから欲しいでしょうねハンドボール部に推薦しておこうかしら
Rindo still seems to be garnering positive impressions among the students, but I can't really say his mind is that positive. Say, did you want to talk to Rinda or something, May?
用事がなければ一緒に帰ろうと誘うつもりでした。あの子、多分一人暮らしよね。だと思います。だからカイトくんの時と同じように商店街を教えてあげようと思いまして。
That'd be nice. I was beginning to think it was time to get some answers. Answers regarding why she's been staring at me non-stop. Going out somewhere with her would have provided a convenient opportunity for me to talk with her. Maybe we can ask her tomorrow if she... Open my shoe locker and see an envelope lying inside. A letter? What the heck is this from? Try to hide it from May and Suguri's sight as I examine it. It doesn't say who it's from. There's only a letter inside the envelope with 11 words on it, all written very neatly. I'll be waiting for Tobukaito on the roof terrace. It only takes up 2 lines of space. Alright, I remember this cliche. You get a letter in your shoe locker that specifies a certain place. It's always one of these 3 things. Someone wants to confess to you, someone wants to challenge you to a duel, or someone wants to beat you up. I never thought I would be a recipient to any of those. Confessions, duels, and beatings all share one thing in common. They tend to happen before the person in question is aware. Guess the takeaway here is that love and hate don't always operate on logic. Not sure where duels fit in that though. But while those things may not operate on logic, I do believe that I got this letter for a good reason. Could say I have a bit of an idea. But I will admit, this did really happen out of the blue. Tobukaito's a wanted man, I guess. Still the letter away in my bag and turned towards May and Suguri. Kinda thinking that maybe Rindo is still here?
そうですか？職員室か。ひょっとしたら部活に誘われているかもですね。
Right, suppose we go hunt her down.
別にいいけど。
Okay, May, you check the faculty room. Suguri, you go to the club building. I'll go that way and see if I can find her. After saying that to them, I hurry off to the roof terrace. I scale the staircase and see a note on the door to the roof terrace, which reads, "Do not enter." And below that, "For use, ask a faculty member for permission." I remember Suguri telling me the roof terrace was off limits to students. I check the door and see that it's unlocked, then open it and enter. Even though the building is too tall, the view from here is still quite nice. Which is understandable, considering the fact that there are no tall buildings in the vicinity and the ocean surrounds us on all 4 sides. On all sides, not all 4 sides. From here, you might even think Morna was a majestic castle town built upon a mountain. There's nothing here to obstruct my view, so I would instantly realize if someone was here with me. And sure enough, I see the sender of the letter waiting for me as stated. Fancy seeing you here, huh? Rindo Natsume.
Tobukaito.
She looks at me earnestly with a subtle scowl on her expression. The only thing between the 2 of us right now is the blowing breeze from the sea. Even if we whispered, we could hear each other acutely. If this were a martial arts match, we would have already said the word and began the match. But Rindo stands stock still in place. She directs a silent gaze towards me. She suppresses her inner emotions and waits for my response. At least that's what I've judged. To be frank, I have no idea why she's called me here. All I have is speculation. The ball is entirely in Rindo Natsume's court. She still maintains silence. It's a strangely similar situation to earlier in the day when she was eyeing me like a hawk. So, yeah, what did you want? This tension is suffocating. But she gives no immediate response to my question. Only after a slight delay does she begin to talk.
Huh?
What do you mean?
私じゃない。この森の匂いがあるのはお前の方だろ、Tobukaito.
So was right. She does know Tobukaito. Make sure to keep my guard up. Can't count on the possibility that she has friends waiting to ambush me. She seems to notice my alertness and her brows furrow more.
何が目的だ
My end goal? What? I wasn't even trying to play dumb. That question just escaped my mouth on reflex. She intelligently chooses not to answer my question, and silence falls once more. I have no idea what she's trying to get out of asking me that question. There's a clear difference between Suguri's Tobukaito and hers. When Rindo says Tobukaito, she means the person standing here right now. She's talking about me. Not the real Tobukaito, but the person masquerading as Tobukaito. Suguri, on the other hand, mistook me for someone else. Someone who actually held the name Tobukaito. I really have to wonder how much Rindo knows about me. Maybe she's been watching me so carefully because she knows about my mission. Her surveillance skills are rather questionable, but then again, I'm also not that well informed about my own mission. So then, maybe she actually knows why I'm here?
答えろ
Maybe she's someone who needs Tobukaito for some reason. Could she be someone from another department of the intelligence branch that now needs my cooperation to complete some sort of mission? That leaves too many holes. Maybe she used some roundabout ways to get in contact with me. Plus the whole surveillance thing wouldn't be explained. Huh. Exactly give her any answers without knowing who she is. So I should prioritize the mission here first and foremost. What is my mission? My mission is to live here as Tobukaito. So what then would be Tobukaito's end goal?
目的は何だ答えろ
To graduate?
え
Well, like I said, I'm trying to graduate.
何が
That's why I'm here. Going to school. I have to graduate from this academy. She was so astonished, mouth agape at first, but now she furrows her brow and scowls at me.
ふざけるなお前がただの一般人ならば私の監視に気づくわけがない
Say what? Wait, did you really think she was fooling anyone? But on the flip side, since her actions were so blatant, I doubt anyone would think she was spying on me.
お前が連邦の軍事
Her expression on the expression on her face makes it more than obvious that she knows she messed up. Wait a second. There we go. She made a mistake, a grave one.
聞いた
Yeah. I guess I should ask next question? I'm going to assume this isn't a trap. I thought I was seriously done for when she asked me about my aims, but now? That feels like ancient history. Funny, considering it hasn't even been but a few minutes since that. So, I'm guessing you're not a mere civilian exchange student?
そんなわけないだろ私はどこからどう見てもただの学院生だお前なんて監視した覚えは一切ない私が軍人に見えたのだとしたらお前の目が節穴だということだ
You basically just spilled the beans on everything.
軍人じゃないぞ軍人に見えたのだとしたらと言ったんだ
She heard me whispering to myself. She's so worked up over this that she's read from ear to ear. What the hell? She just admitted to being in the military straight up! And considering how clumsy your actions have been thus far, I have a hard time believing she's just pretending like she says.
軍人じゃないぞ
I feel so sorry for her that the scowling doesn't even intimidate me. I believe you. We're here in Morno, the one DMZ in Japan. We're here in Morno, one DMC in Japan. Having someone with such a clear nationalistic intention here could lead to serious issues between the UPJ and the Commonwealth.
まったくだ
Something that could legitimately wind up causing a war.
そうだだからそんなわけないというわけだ
A dry laughter drifts through the air before being carried far away by the sea breeze. They're so dry they could take off, fly high into the sky. I can hear footsteps from the stairs leading to the terrace.
仲間を呼んだのか？
Relax, I came here alone. It's probably just a random student. This person is getting closer. The footsteps eventually stop and the heavy iron door slowly opens.
誰かいますか？あ、カイトくん、ここにいたのですか？はあ、
What's with that? What's with that face?
本当だ。なんでこんなところに？お、リンドウさんもいたんだ。
They're both looking right at us. Can roughly guess what they're thinking.
やっぱり知り合いだったのね。
Oh no, we really don't. Come on, tell her, Rindo.
ああ、そうだ。
あ、スーちゃん。もしかして。何？ちょっと腕を引っ張らないで。
May turns her back to us and whispers something into Suguri's ears.
リンドウさん、
Suguri.
カイトくんに愛の告白をしてたのかもしれません。
We can hear her whisper loud and clear. But why would you think that?
本
For some odd reason, Suguri is the most surprised out of all of us.
当？そうなの？本当に？カイト本当？
No, of course not. Tell her, Rindo. Hey, why are you blushing? Rindo panics and as a result, completely digs her own grave. You're seriously gonna give them the wrong idea if you do that. It was just right. She just wanted my help with something.
相談ですか？どのような？
I just may have to pry deeper now of all times. Usually she'd just flash me a bright smile and say, okay. What was it again? Oh right, she wanted to get to know everyone in class better, but didn't know how to start, so she came to me for pointers.
No.
I gave Rindo a wink. Hopefully she'll catch a hint and help me persuade these
そ
two.
うなのですか？リンドウさん。
So May, and you too, Suguri. If you don't mind, she'd like to be even better friends with from now on. Right, yes! Rindo, what are you doing? You gotta not! I tried sending her a non-verbal cue saying that, but she doesn't react. Maybe I just didn't do a good enough job with my cues?
そう。でもなんでカイト？
Suguri's gaze is too much for Rindo and she averts her eyes in embarrassment. Thus, more fuel is added to the fire. She went to me because we're both from the Commonwealth and both transfer students, even if the class loves her more than me. Rindo still seems embarrassed, but she manages to look me in the eyes. She's still in full panic mode on the inside, but on the outside she's able to non-verbally ask me for help. So please, if you could, keep being her friend.
そういうことでしたか。それはもう協力します。なっちゃん。
なっちゃん。
May takes Rindo's hand. As dependable and strong as May looks right now, the fact she called Rindo Nutchan out of the blue shakes Rindo up quite a bit. A little soon for a nickname.
メイっていつもこうなのよ。
私、なっちゃん。
はい。どうですか？
どうって、どうして？
可愛いからです。
かわいい？
Rindo blushes so much her ears and even part of her neck turn red. May has complete control over the situation. Yeah, looks like we're in the clear for now. Achan's just a normal old civilian who came to Morna for the first time, that's why she's been acting funny. Morna's not like the city she came from.
おかしな？
なるほどです。把握しました。
なるほど。納得された？
So if you could help her get used to things here, that would be wonderful. After listening to her problems, I figured that what she needed most was friends. So yeah, be nice to Natchan.
勝手によろしくするな！
seems calm down enough, so if she seems calm enough if she can whip at me like that. So does this mean we're back to square one?
はい。よろしく頼まれました。では、ご一緒に帰りましょう。何か用事がありましたか？
Lean over towards Rindo and quietly whisper into her ear. Chan, you have to blend in with the other people here. That's part of your mission. Rindo stiffens up but bows lightly in front of Mei.
よろしくお願いします。
Mei and Suguri both react to her words with a smile.
こちらこそよろしくお願いします。よろしくね。
I had to force this along a fair bit, but all's well that ends well. I would say I've now gotten the benefits of having Natsume Rindo indebted to me.
それから東部カイト。お前だけはなっちゃん言うな。
How come I don't get to, but they do? Ask for a reason, but all she does is stand there motionless, staring at me. Come to think of it, this was the same deal with Suguri, asking me not to call her Sue. Guess girls just don't like guys doing cutesy nicknames for them. Alright, does Natsume work okay with you, for you?
それならいい。
Someone started playing Dark Souls 3 apparently. After leaving the terrace, Natsume makes a trip to the classroom to retrieve her things. We accompany her and that leads to us all walking home together.
では、みんなで行きましょう。
Mei's words catch mine and Natsume's attention. What destination? I thought we were just going home.
どこへ行く？
いずれ誘おうと思ってたからちょうどよかったね、メイン。はい、グッドタイミングですね。
I haven't said where we were going.
カイトくんはちょっと苦手かもしれませんが、付き合ってください。そうね、一緒の方がリンドウさんも来やすいと思う。
So why are we going to this place I might not like?
つまり、カイトはついでに誘っているってことよ。
Extra? That kinda hurts.
すみません。カイトくんと別れた後、スーちゃんと話し合って、もしなっちゃんが見つかったら、東村山家へ行こうという話をしてたのです。
Higashimura Yamake. Higashimura Yamake. There we go. Is that the name?
東村山家？それは何かのお店？
喫茶店です。
A cafe? Why do you think I won't like a cafe?
行けばわかるわよ。カイト向けじゃないのよね。
A cafe that's not really my kind of place. What's that supposed to mean? Don't even remember telling them I had cafes or anything.
難しい顔しない。とりあえず行こう。商店街の方だから、さあ、レッツゴー！はい、レッツゴーです。
And Suguri seemed curiously excited about going to this Higashimura Yamake place. Natsume and I exchange a look of confusion with each other.
どうしよう。
Well, it can't hurt to go. As they say, when in Rome, do as the Romans do. Don't look so anxious, just relax. If anyone deserves to be anxious, it's me, considering how the two of them describe this place. Walk into the streets of the shopping district. Windows shop for a bit as we advance, then turn down an alleyway. After walking for a few more minutes, Mei and Suguri both simultaneously stick out their hands and point to it. Higashimura Yamake Tea Room. This is the cafe. Find a chic Japanese-style cafe right in front of me. Guessing you said I wouldn't like it because it's a sweets place?
そうなんです。申し訳ないのですが。
Nah, I don't mind. I'll just get me some tea.
東村山家でお茶だけなんてもぐりよ。ここはケーキが美味しいで有名な店なんだから。
I really know what's famous when a guy that's just moved here. Can't really know what's famous when I'm a guy that just moved here a week or so ago.
ケーキ？洋菓子店には見えないが。
ところが洋菓子店なのです。
That was it? I'm sure they do, but that still doesn't answer the question of why the exterior is like that.
カイトも食べてみるといいわ。自らのケーキ感の貧弱さを思い知るから。
I wouldn't say I knew cakes to begin with, but if you absolutely insist, I'll try one. Just make sure you and the others eat whatever I don't finish.
それは嬉しい提案です。
May remarks with beaming eyes, almost waiting for the heart shapes to show up. Well, at least now I know the way to a girl's heart. Give her cake.
初めてカイトがいい子に見えたわ。
Just pretty good. Why can't I be great?
それは褒めすぎね。ささ入ろう。なっちゃんからどうぞ入ってください。一番乗りをお譲りします。
こら、押さない。
These girls sure are excited. We enter the cafe and the waiter takes us to our seats. I look around and notice that most of the people here are girls, and most of the items on people's plates are cakes. I open up the menu and sure enough, there's cake, and more cake. I guess this really is a cake shop. Don't know if you mentioned it. I don't know if you mentioned it earlier, but do they not have any Japanese sweets here, like at all?
和菓子。
Natsumi pipes up after hearing that.
なっちゃんって和菓子好きなんですか？
大福が好きだ。
Almost as if possessed, Natsume flips open the menu. Guess she's going to go searching to see if they have any Japanese stuff.
和菓子はないですけど、小倉あんのケーキならありますよ。
小倉あん。どれ？
Her voice is subdued, but she reacts with glee and starts scouring the menu.
この小倉あんとホイップの和風ロールケーキです。芋あんのもありますよ。
芋あん。
芋あんのはこれです。私はショートケーキにします。スーちゃんはいつものフルーツタルト。カイトは？
No, I won't be able to finish all of mine, so I better find something different than you
ク
guys.
ラシックショコラ美味しいですよ。おじさまが好きなんです。今日のおすすめケーキもいいんじゃないかな。今日はバナナのオムレットケーキだって。
Huh? I could go for either of those.
芋あんとホイップの和風ロールケーキはどうだろう。芋。
I guess I'll do that then. I swear she was so nervous just moments ago, but now she's completely relaxed here. Wait a second. Anyways, I raised the order, we call for the waitress, and the store manager comes out from the back to take our order.
飲み物はどうしますか？私は紅茶にします。私はアイスレモンティー。
I just want a coffee.
お茶じゃないの？
Nah, the cake is enough sweetness for me.
緑茶はないかな。
メニューにないけど頼んでいいそうです。
今何か言ったの？ありがとうございます。
では緑茶をご用意します。
The manager leaves without saying a word. Able to flexibly cater to a customer's wishes. That's what I would expect from a manager. The fact that he's so silent just makes him seem like such a cool dude. He was radiating confidence.
マスターは相変わらず素敵ね。私も来るたびにそう思います。
True, I can feel the dude's presence as a manager.
あの人はバイト。店長じゃないのよ。
Say what?
でもマスターなんです。
どういうこと？
東村山家の2代目がバイトで店に出てるだけ。天使堂学院じゃないけど同い年よ。
What the heck? That dude has that much of a commanding presence, and he's our age? The second I saw him, I was dead certain he owned the place.
なのにお客様へのきめ細かい対応ができて、有名ホテルのパティシエも真っ青なケーキ職人なのよ。ここのケーキの半分はマスターの作品と聞いてます。
Guess they're basically works of art.
東村山家は2代目が継いだ時、森野を超えて日本全国へ進出も夢ではないと言われているわ。
Dang, that's impressive. It's commendable. I just wonder if the girls really have to praise him all that much. After our orders are brought to us, I have to say, I'm really impressed. Grandmaster H, I've decided to call him that too, out of respect. Brings not only the cakes, but some daifuku as well. Places them in front of Natsume. Which Mei says,
サービスです。まかないですのでお気になさらず。
so the guy said, apparently.
いい人だ。なんていい人だ。
Like everyone just wants it to Grandmaster H's pants. I'm just gonna call this part Grandmaster H. And this is not a good CG for thumbnail because I can't place the number anywhere well. Natsume's facial expression now completely resembles a girl in love. Wait, how did he do that? Isn't that, like, a little too good to be true?
でしょ？来る人みんなマスターのファンよ。
Heck, I'm finding myself a little enamored. This dude could seriously conquer the whole world with this cafe.
ケーキも美味しいです。そうなのよね。早速食べましょう。いただきます。いただきます。
We all take a bite of our cakes.
美味しい。このフルーツの酸味を含んだ甘みと濃厚なカスタードクリームのハーモニーが最高。ショートケーキも美味しいです。すごく美味しいです。元祖東村山家の味です。
Scrumptious.
ねえ、私のあげるからそっちのもちょうだい。はいどうぞ。私もフルーツタルト少しいいですか？
Two besties are now occupied with their cake trading. I've seen them smiling no small number of times since I've arrived here, but the pure bliss on their faces now is like nothing I've seen before. But in complete contrast, the other member of the group is sitting there motionless, almost petrified. Ever since she placed the cake in her mouth, she hasn't moved an inch. Everything okay, Natsume? What's her deal? Did nervousness come back and make her tense up?
カイト、ケーキは食べたか？
She gives me a solemn look, one that seems different from all the looks she gave me when she was spying on me. No, not yet.
そうか。もぐもぐ。もぐもぐ。
Ah! She begins eating. Very, very focused on her plate. She devotes every second towards eating. Nothing else seems to interest her right now. She moves the fork awkwardly, bite after bite, going into her mouth. Is it good?
見てわからないか。
Not for me.
うまいぞ。私はこんなもの今まで食べたことはなかった。きっと私が連邦で食べた洋菓子は偽物だったんだ。
That's quite something. Yeah.
もぐもぐ。もぐ。
She keeps eating, completely focused and still expressionless. The way she eats reminds me of something. Right, it reminds me of a rabbit. A rabbit happily munching away on a carrot. Very different from Mei and Suri, who relish their cakes in bliss. Maybe it's about time I try the Japanese roll cake that I ordered. Munch, munch. Oh, this is pretty good. Don't even like sweets, yet I can tell how amazing this is. And also, the taste of the roll cake harmonizes fantastically well with the bitter taste of the coffee. The coffee itself smells wonderful, tastes wonderful, and the aftertaste is like nothing else. This has to be the best cup of coffee I've ever drank in my life. Funnily enough, the aftertaste of the coffee has my mouth begging to eat more of the roll cake. You know what? I think I'm gonna finish this.
そうなのか？そうなのか。
Never mind, I lied. She gave me such a sad look I corrected myself before even realizing it. So she can display her emotions clearly now, but never any other time. So weird.
嘘をつく。マスターとは大違いだ。
Grandmaster? Ah, I'm so sorry. I know I would never earn the approval of a man of his caliber, but Natsume's rebuke makes me feel so guilty. Like everyone fucking adores Grandmaster H! He is the Chad! Oh, how I wish I could be as attentive and solicitous as Grandmaster H. Just watch over the girls as they eat. Look at Natsume's plate and she's completely finished off her cake roll. She's still only taken a few bites. I've still only taken a few bites of mine. She devoured that thing. Plus the daifuku she got in the house are also gone. Be pretty fast, Natsume. Honest impression. Alright, I forgot, but she's also from the military. Different countries, but still. Maybe she has also led a similar lifestyle to mine, and developed similar habits during her basic training.
美味しかったんだ。すごく美味しかったんだ。
Dang. Take one final bite, then scoot my plate over to Natsume.
いいのか？
Nah, can split it with me and Suguri. After the way she looked at my roll cake, I just had to give it up.
ありがとう。頭部カイトはいいやつだ。
Thanks. That's a truly joyful smile. Contrary to my prior assumption, maybe she's rather simple-minded. Suddenly Grandmaster H just stands behind him, just puts a hand on his shoulder and just nods, like approves of him giving up his cake. He fucking starts crying, like, he approved of me. We have a silent Grandmaster H thanks us, and we leave the cafe. We'll never forget the name Higashimura Yamake for as long as I live. No, not after this experience. The most Higashimura Yamake, the most famous sweets shop in all of Morno. Simply type Morno Sweets or Morno Cakes into an online search engine, and the Higashimura Yamake will be the first result. It's popular even with people outside of Morno, and it has a reputation as the one place everyone must go to if they visit Morno. Used to only serve Japanese-style sweets, but the current owner has made the shift over to more Western confections.
ここはいい。また来たい。
気に入ると思いました。また来ましょう。どのケーキも美味しいよ。ついこの前、やっと全メニュー制覇したわ。
制覇。つまり全部食べたのか？それは羨ましい。
しばらく通い詰める？
そうしよう。
私も参加します。行くときは言ってください。
I don't think Natsume will have any problem making friends here in Morno. I'm kind of glad for her. Wasn't sure what to think of her with our little confrontation on the roof terrace, but now it's all good. Plus I got her to do me a favor.
では、また明日、学院でお会いしましょう。
Yep, bye guys.
進藤さん、改めてよろしくね。
夏目でいいよ、早乙女さん。
なら私もすぐりで。よろしくね、夏目。
うん。よろしく、すぐり。
Suguri and Meg both shake her hand, then depart. They head off towards the dense residential district. I'm about to turn around and head towards my dorm. But, where's Natsume heading? So where do you live, Natsume? One of the girls' dorms?
いや、学院とは関係のない部屋を借りている。
Oh. So, do you not live on Academy Island?
頭部カイト、一ついいか？屋上でのことなんだが。
Don't worry. Won't tell anyone if that's what you wanted.
うん。それもある。というより、それが一番大事だ。
Doo-doo. Yeah, I know. For both me and you. Who is she and what is her purpose here? I'm still completely in the dark. But judging from how she acted in the cafe earlier, I'd say whatever mission she has isn't too terribly urgent. Wait a second. Of course, that could be a bait by her. I'd be screwed if so, but I should avoid taking any significant actions without sufficient information. Wait a second, I gotta put on my headphone again. So, behind my ear. There we go. And there we go. The fuck, I should have read that.
頭部カイト。今日はありがとう。
What I should probably do is fish for some more information during my next status report. That's the thing. And there was a huge pause between those two.
場当たり的だったが、結果的に助かった。それに、彼女たちと知り合えたことも良かった。
As annoying as it is, hearing Natsumi of all people call my performance haphazard, can't say anything because she's not wrong.
何より東村山家だ。
Yeah, that play was heaven on earth.
まったくだ。洋菓子を私は勘違いをしていた。思い違いをしていた。見くびっていた。
Quite an impression, huh?
あのような甘く、ふわとろなお菓子があることに、文化的衝撃を覚えた。
It sure seemed like it.
頭部カイト、また行こう。
Sure.
お前と知り合えてよかった。
Well, thanks. Should she really be acting so relaxed around an enemy? But whatever. This means I won't have to worry about her attacking me. Even if this is a performance she's putting on to fool me, then this girl has whatever it takes to be a famous actress.
私は少々寄るところがある。ここでさよならだ。
Okay, see you tomorrow, Natsume.
うん。これからもよろしく。
She offers me her hand and I shake it. And simply walks off, just like that. Stroll around the area for a short while to see if I'm being followed by anyone, but nothing seems suspicious. Guess I can relax some. On my way back, I stop by a supermarket to buy some groceries. Been living here for about a week, but the prosperity and wealth of this town surprises me each time I go out. I don't want to go back to the army if I stay here long enough. What's going on over there? It's two guys and girls standing inside a tight alleyway.
なあなあ、ちょっと話くらいさせてくれよ。
Oh boy, stranger danger.
させませんしません。
そう言わずに、暇そうにしてたじゃん。俺と話すと楽しいぜ。
ナンパは嫌いです。
食わず嫌いだよ。楽しい会話に飢えた目をしてるよ。
小春はそういうの間に合ってます。他の暇な人に声をかけてください。
なら紹介してくれよ。だから一緒にお茶でもさ。
では、
Girl notices me, then stares with her mouth agape. I'm not the only one noticing her staring. The other two guys do as well.
何？知り合い？
Faces immediately turn to frowns as they glare at me menacingly. It's more than obvious that they want me to scram. But I have no intention of turning a blind eye to this. Taking my mission into account, the last thing I should be doing is causing a scene. No, I should simply whimper and scurry away. That would be the correct and wisest choice of action. But I can't leave this poor girl here. If I stumble across some sort of crime in progress here, I could get dragged in. If police here were to question me, they would find plenty to arouse their suspicions. So I'm going to resolve things here quickly so something like that doesn't come to pass. So fellas, huh? Girl distances herself from two men, then breaks out into a run towards me.
おい、変な誤解を招くようなことはやめてくれよ。
She screams to me for help. I'll have to do something now before the situation escalates any further. Alright, little girl? Don't! breathe. This girl just dashed towards me and hat-butted me right in the gut.
あなたは兄さん
Wait, what?
兄さんじゃないですか。どうしてこんなところにちょうどよくいらっしゃるのですか。
Can neither breathe nor answer. Me, her brother? What kind of joke is this? It's fucking obvious! She's trying to play it off like he is her brother. So those two scram.
兄さん、助けてください。小春、暴漢たちに襲われてます。
Yeah, I just got hit. I fucked pretty hard myself. Phew. Finally my voice comes out. Okay, so now what? Let's check and see what the big thugs are doing right now.
あ？兄さん？こいつも保護者がいんのかよ。まったく。
Big thugs seem to have lost their motivation. They continue to bicker back and forth as they walk away. Guess they really were just your normal guys trying to pick up a chick they saw and liked. So I guess the only violent one here was you, little thuglet.
助かりました、兄さん。
Yeah, no thanks needed, little lady. Just one correction, I'm not your brother. That beaming smile she's giving me only adds to the awkwardness I feel right now. Wait, the guys are gone, then why is she still clinging to me?
兄さんの中秋漂う殺気が暴漢たちを追い払いました。
Fuck, excuse me, what? What? If I smell like some wild animal, then could I please get you to get off me?
さすがです。こんなに頼りになる人、兄さん以外に知りません。
You must have a pretty small circle of acquaintances then. But anyways, could you please give me some room? I'm hurting a bit down there. Down there meaning my gut region where she headbutted me at full force.
お腹が痛むんですか。よしよし、小春がなでなでしてあげます。
That is not my belly! She rubs my stomach, but doesn't get off me. It doesn't seem to want to. I appreciate the concern, but if you want to make me happy, you could get off me. Pretty please? Oh, and I'm not your brother.
なでなで、なでなで。
What's with these expressions? Are you listening to me?
痛いの痛いの。この世の破滅を願う独裁者へ、正義の鉄槌を与えたまえ。
What the fuck is happening? Oh my god, why are you saying such morbid things, child? What exactly did you say? Bring down the iron hammer on the evil tyrants who wish for the world's destruction. That's what she said.
これで大丈夫です。もう痛くないですか、兄さん。
Of course it doesn't hurt anymore. Pain just naturally subsided. Pain isn't what scares me now. It's this barbaric child in front of me. I'm about to shiver in terror. Well, wait, stop that. I'm not your brother. You got the wrong dude, I swear.
兄さんは兄さんです。
Words hold a surprising amount of conviction in them.
小春は兄さんに会うためにこの町でずっと待ってました。
Apparently everyone in this fucking city, every girl he fucking meets, knows him, but doesn't. Like everyone is confused. Sukaru is her name. She headbutts me for no real reason, and it's this time her brother. He's no normal girl, that's for sure. I can't sense any lies or doubt in her words. I'm an only child, and so is my false persona, Tobukaito. I thought for a second that she might be Tobukaito's little sister, but I haven't even told her my name yet. Wait a second. Her reaction isn't the kind you'd see on someone after, say, a year-long reunion with a family member. More so the face of someone who thought that family member was dead. Is it fine for me to call you Koharu-chan?
はい、小春です、兄さん。
I want to ignore someone who's so serious, but I have to be Tobukaito right now. have to stay wary of her so I can carry out my mission as Tobukaito. Well, why don't we go somewhere else and talk? So spectacle has cost more than a few passersby to stare. The worst part being none of this was me. It was all because of Koharu and those two idiots from earlier. Back to the shopping district.
兄さん、お買い物ですか?
She's also called Hiragi. No, I just wanted to go somewhere far away. Wait, how the hell did I end up doing this? Started off wanting to save this girl from a few pushy guys. She then assaulted me, called me her brother, and we fled the scene together shortly after. I really have a way of getting myself into precarious situations. Would it be possible for me to just leave this girl here and go? I think I scratched myself to the point of bleeding again.
兄さん、あそこでカップ焼きそばの特売やってます。安いですよ。一人暮らしにはうってつけです。
Wait, she knows he lives alone? No, there's no way. She's clinging to me, claiming to be my sister, and now she even thinks we're on a shopping trip together. If I try to go to my dorm, she'll just follow me. Oh, by the way, I want to ask you something, Koharu. I see you're wearing the Tenshido Academy uniform. Do you go there too?
そうです。兄さんの一学年下です。
Okay. Wait, how do you know what grade I'm in?
ネクタイの色です。ほら。
Tenshido Academy has a different tie colors for their uniforms for the different grade levels. Mine is red and hers is blue, so those must be the color of my grade for my grade level and one below it respectively. So I guess that makes you my junior, Koharu.
後輩ですが、ここでは先輩ですよ。
Eh?
小春の方がこの学院にも森野についても経験豊富ですから。何でも言ってください。
Interesting. Thanks, Koharu. I'll really appreciate your help. I was about to ask her not to call me Nii-san again, anymore, but I figure I shouldn't.
よろしくされました、兄さん。
I might lose the ability to see this angelic smile ever again should I forbid her from calling me that. That's something I don't want. Koharu, happy and chipper as can be, stretches out her arms and points in her direction.
早速ですが兄さん、ここを曲がったところにあるあそこの甘味どころが実はケーキの美味しい店なのです。
Yeah, that's the Higashimura Yamake. There's this amazing guy there called Grandmaster H.
さすが兄さんです。もう知ってたんですね。
Everyone knows about that legendary place.
トドのつまり妹の浅はかな助言などいらないというわけですね。
Wait, are you mad?
それじゃあそこのドラッグストアのポイント3倍の日もあのゲームショップのワゴンセールの傾向も知っているんですね。
No,
4代目辻切りの煮卵サービスデーもスーパーアルカディアのお惣菜半額の時間も痛くない虫歯治療法を体得している歯医者さんもみんな知ってるんですね。
No, I didn't know any of that stuff, so please tell me all about it, especially this dentist.
よろしいです。小春が特別に兄さんにだけ教えてあげます。
She's such a wild girl. Led by Koharu, I wander through the shopping district for a while. I can tell she's been living here in this town for some time. Some of the employees at the stores even knew her and said hi. She wasn't very articulate when they would try and talk to her. She even came off as a little unwelcoming.
あとは行きつけのファンシーショップがあるのですが、兄さんはそういうの興味ないですよね。硬派ですから。
I wouldn't call myself old-fashioned, but you're right. I probably wouldn't be interested in whatever they have there.
ではここまでです。お役に立ちました。
Is that actually like a contact from the military? Like, is that actually a contact from the military? Lots of stuff. You've made my shopping 10 times easier. And that's the truth. Thanks to showing me so many places, I think I have a grasp on all the stores I need to go to during my time here. What I'm most looking forward to are all the nice restaurants. make good use of those whenever I'm not in the mood to cook. But honestly, why is this girl so well informed? Well, I think I know why. You live by yourself, Koharu.
はい。学院の女子寮に住んでます。
Okay, so you're on Academy Island?
はい。あの橋は長いです。
You're right about that. And to take a guess, I'd say that she probably has no family. The way everyone in the store tries to talk to her seems to indicate that. You know that Tenshu Academy also takes in and cares for orphan children. So what that means is that this girl has no real brother. Garu, I'm not your real brother, but you can call me Nii-san if you want.
え、
I'll be your brother if you want me to. So could you let me accompany my little sister back to her dorm? In case these idiots... Or wait, weren't they thugs? Well, either way, it wouldn't be nice if they popped up again and started bothering you. So would you let me accompany you home?
はい。よろしくお願いします。兄さん。兄さん、あのチンチン電車はバリアフリーでお年寄りにも優しく、エネルギー消費も今までの3分の1に抑えられてて、地球にも優しいのです。
Wow, I'm impressed, sister dearest. But, I'll be saying something like ding dong in public. It's a little inappropriate.
それは一般論ですか？
I wouldn't say that. Just unladylike. And as your brother, I want you to be a good girl.
兄として。はい、兄さん。ご忠告痛み入ります。
Thank you for being so understanding. It makes me happy as your brother.
兄として。いいですね、そのフレーズ。心地よい響きです。
Just want to make my little sister happy.
あ、それとですね、さっきの路面電車の停留所からだと乗り間違いに気をつけねばなりません。ここの停留所から乗った方が行く方面を間違えにくいんです。
Many thanks for bestowing upon me your wisdom, dear sister. Shortcuts in life, given to me not by some elderly lady, but instead my sister. Like, can you stop mentioning sister every fucking sentence? By the way, I'm fucking praying here that she doesn't have a route. Like, please tell me that she does not have a route.
妹の知恵袋。それはまた微妙な立ち位置な妹ですね。
What do you mean?
妹なら知恵を求められるより癒しを求められる存在でいたいです。
Right. Think I'll just pretend I didn't hear that. Her expression is begging me to acknowledge it, but I stay resolute and say nothing.
そうそう、そこの曲がり角からまっすぐ行った方がモノレールの駅に行くのに近道です。たった5分の短縮ですが、地元民ならみんな使ってる裏道です。
Man, you know this place like the palm of your hand. Like, you're so proud as your brother.
小春たち、かなり兄弟してますね。
I'd say so.
嬉しいです。
Honestly, I don't think anyone would think of us as siblings, but I don't want to spoil her happiness.
でも、無理しなくていいんですよ。小春から見たら兄さんですが、兄さんから見たら一人の女性でも。
Fucking excuse me! Oh, my little sister is growing up.
今、兄弟っぽかったですよね。
No. I think so. You seemed like a loving sister. No, it wasn't a good exchange.
嬉しいです。やっと板についてきました。
I think everyone would be a little turned off if they had a sister saying things like that. No, I'm not including people that consider that a turn on. I don't want to acknowledge those people's existence. Exactly, my man! My man!
兄さんは妹に欲情しちゃったりするタイプじゃないですか？
Nope, not me. Immediately answer.
しょんぼりです。禁断の恋はお預けですね。
Would you rather like to have an abnormal relationship or what?
いえ、それをいけません兄さんと拒否したかった方です。
Wait, did you just leave me on? Ask your brother honestly here, Kawaru.
兄さんは けじめをしっかりつけるタイプと見ました。小春と相性がいいです。
Was that exchange to your satisfaction?
はい。兄弟らしいウィットに富んだ軽妙なトークです。
Got to hear.
はい、兄さん。
My self-proclaimed sister smiles a bit bashfully. She can be really cute when she smiles, I have to admit. Problem is, I have no idea in hell why she's so delighted. Afraid she might be using some questionable means to gain all the knowledge that she has. His brother is a little worried for his sister.
兄さんはあそこの公園に行ってますか？
Memorial Park? Why is this just now? We've already been there. Memorial Park. Memorial Park is a public park created for the citizens of Morna. Somewhat recently, the city erected a monument to commemorate the end of the Civil War from 100 years ago. It stands as a symbol of the Moreno Armistice Agreement, as well as declaration of the special district's neutrality. I still don't know how to say that word. However, Higashimura Yamake, not a fucking problem anymore, apparently. Points her finger towards the park located on the hilltop. I'm fucking proud, by the way, that I'm able to say Higashimura. Not when it's not on screen, apparently. That's the wrong button. Can't access it from here. Higashimura Yamake. Higashimura Yamake. There we go. Even from here, you essentially have to strain your eyes just to barely make out the monument. Yep, I've been there a few times. Something about the way she said that catches my attention. She asks if I sometimes go to the park. Wouldn't you just normally ask, have you been to the park?
小春、兄さんに会うためにあの公園にいつも立ち寄ってたんです。
Me?
はい。
Ransoning with a bright smile, she takes a turn down the street. I have to wonder if this brother of hers is really out there. After trekking across the bridge, we set foot on Academy Island and walk a short distance to Koharu's dorm. So this is where you live?
はい、小春のお家です。
Looks like we got you back before curfew too.
はい、間に合いました。ありがとうございます、兄さん。
Try not to go hat-butting any more people, okay?
暴漢に襲われないように気をつけます。
Seems she's set on remaining on denial down to the bitter end. In denial down to the bitter end. Well, catch you later then.
兄さん。
She gives me a really lonesome look, so I give her hair a good ruffle. Don't worry, you'll see me at school. If you ever need my help, I'll gladly be your brother again.
はい。
She flashes me an angelic smile. I'll gladly be your brother if it means being rewarded with such a beautiful smile. But I'll pass on being headbutted in the gut again.
やっぱり兄さんは優しい人でした。小春、勇気を出してみて、待っててよかったです。
What did you just say? Mustered up the courage. For what?
兄さん、また明日。
Right. See you tomorrow, Koharu. I savor that sweet smile one last time before she runs off into the dorm. The thought I had earlier re-enters my mind after saying goodbye to her. There's nothing wrong with pretending to be her brother if it makes that girl that happy. Well, time to go home. I've been sitting, holding my mobile communicator in my hand for a while since coming back to the dorm. I just finished my scheduled daily status update. I chose not to tell them one very important thing. Rin Natsume, the girl who is clearly a Commonwealth spy. She undoubtedly knows Tobu Kaito. Logically speaking, she would prove an obstacle in my mission here to live my life as Tobu Kaito. It's also possible that something might happen which I alone can't deal with. So contacting HQ about it would be the wise decision. It what if they decide to take direct action as a result? Worst case scenario, they could end up eliminating her. Both me as a person and Tobukaito wouldn't stand to let that happen. That's why I didn't tell HQ about Natsume. I can't guarantee that what they'll do. Plug my mobile communicator into the charger and set it down. Just fucking call it a phone, man. Sorry, not quite a phone, but who cares? I had breakfast at the dorm this morning, and I'm currently on my way to school. The wind chill over the ocean wasn't too bad today, so my walk over the bridge should be pretty pleasant. Wasn't.
あ、おはようございます、カイトくん。
Hey, May.
カイトくんが来て、もう3週間目ですね。
Man, it has. Crazy how time flies. Seems like all I've been doing is studying.
優等生です。
I'm not. That's why I have to study so much.
優等に生きているから優等生なんですね。
Man, you really have a way with your words.
褒められました。
Giving compliments is easy work when the person accepts them so earnestly.
でもカイトくんは優秀だと思いますよ。私はここに来て生活習慣の違いに戸惑いました。
That's surprising to hear.
カイトくんは3週間でここでの生活が板についている気がします。
Thank you for the kind words.
何か困ったことはないですか？
Huh?
あれば私、微力ながら力になります。
Hey, don't sell yourself short like that. You're plenty helpful.
そこまで褒められると照れます。
But yeah, there's not really anything I need help with. Wait, maybe there is. Correct myself mid-sentence. We're just talking about how good my attitude was or whatever, but to be honest, there's something that's been giving me a lot of problems. Would you be willing to lend an ear?
はい、聞きます。聞かせてください。
May's facial expression turns serious. Still, she's dedicated and determined to help me out with my problem. You know why I said I'd do nothing but study? Well, that's because I kind of have to. Otherwise, I'll fall behind on the material.
そういうことでしたか。
And of course, I believe in self-responsibility, so I'll keep working hard. Material we're covering right now in our class at Tenshido are far beyond what we've ever got to at my old school, so I have to study a lot before class if I want to keep up. But if things ever get out of hand, so to speak, I'd appreciate some help.
わかりました。その時が来たら言ってください。でも、勉強となると、私もわからないところがあるので、スーちゃんとなっちゃんにも頼みます。
Thanks, May. That makes me feel a lot better.
はい。スーちゃんとなっちゃんは心強いです。
Hey now, don't forget, one of those too, May. Didn't take me long here to realize something about Tenshido Academy. As I already told May, the curriculum here is much more advanced than what I was used to in the UPJ. All of my schooling I received from the military. That's why I'm having more than a few problems keeping up at a prestigious school. Alternatively, I could just be that education in general in Morna is high level. They don't call this place City of Science and Technology for nothing. Subjects killing me the most are math and foreign languages. Everything in those subjects builds off prior learned material, so I have to study extra. I have much less problems, on the other hand, with subjects like Japanese or history, which are mainly memorization. Basically, the material I learned there is the same. Though national identity does create small difference in how history is taught. One of the history terms from the period between the Bakumatsu era and modern era is the Morna Armistice Agreement. I think that's how you say that. The ceasefire called at the end of the Edo period between those who supported the shogunate and those who wanted to overthrow it. The armistice was the legal basis from which the political system of the Commonwealth of Japan and United Provinces of Japan were established. By officially recognizing the government of the two countries, it also formally recognized Special District Morno as its own unique territory, allowing it to operate on a system of self-government. The ceasefire also prevented the unification of Japan as a whole, and was said to be the reason there are two competing political powers in the region. The historic agreement which divided Japan into three sections. It was this agreement which finally put an end to the civil unrest which had spread throughout Japan. The country has enjoyed 100 years of peace because of it. So to sum things up, it was what created the modern day situation of Japan. However, something keeps nagging me as I'm listening to Sister Therese's lecture. Something seems wrong. Quietly whisper to Suguri, sitting beside me, and tell her that there's a difference in what I was taught about Japanese history. No, it's just a matter of difference, but I learned a different history to the Bakumatsu era. The Bukatu is from the Commonwealth on paper, but for this, I'm talking about the history I learned back in the UPJ. Of course, Suguri can't know this, so I don't tell her. Right, Morna has always been in the center of things since then. Guess that's what you're taught no matter what part of Japan you're in. You could even say that it's not possible to give Morino's history without giving the history of Japan as a whole. After the unification of Japan into two separate governing states, the regional policies of Morino became so influential that people even referred to it as the third government of Japan for a time. Still, I feel like they emphasize Morino's regional history a little much. I do think that you guys do a better job at than the Commonwealth at giving a less biased version of history. Their version is that they got the short end of the stick in the agreement. I think the UPJ says that too. It's been over 100 years, but those resentful feelings haven't gone away. Well, people's impressions of the past differ from person to person, and so do what events they consider significant. Notice that nationality plays a big factor in it. What's up? Iwashimazu calls out to me in a whisper. I guess he was eavesdropping on my conversation with Suguri. I stand corrected. Okay, dude, I'll run with you, so just shut up already. Sister Therese is looking straight at us. We're sorry. Iwashimizu ignores her and moves his pencil around, pretending to write notes in his notebook. She then turns around and continues with the lecture. I refocus on class and diligently take notes on what's being written on the blackboard, and after a short while, I feel Suguri tugging on my sleeve. What is it? Yeah, I think that's correct. Could be. We can take a look at one of the old history books I used sometime. Nah, we threw it away, but maybe they have a copy in the library? Why do you care? Be a little quieter, please.
俺だけのけ者かよ。教えてくれたっていいじゃないか、ケチ。
Being bros have to do with anything. Fine. There was just a little something bothering me about what we're learning for Japanese history.
違和感があると。
It's just what I was discussing with Suguri.
だからどうしたんだ？
What I just said. I learned different stuff in my history classes in the Commonwealth.
そんな違和感、俺にも覚えがあるな。
But aren't you talking about history? But you aren't talking about history, are you? I thought you said you were from Morna.
ソースの味付けの違い。
Sauces, you said? So, like their origin and such?
違う。ウスターソースととんかつソースの違いだ。
Wait. What?
ウスターソースもとんかつソースもどちらも口当たりや後味が違うだろ。しかしどっちもソースだ。
Ah, I see what you're talking about.
わかったか？
Totally. Get that I have no clue in hell where I was going with that.
ソースの話をしていたらカツサンドが食べたくなったぞ。やめて、今日は購買でパンだ。
Has a pretty low attention span, doesn't he?
ああ、そうそう。後でノート見せてくれ。前半寝てたから板書してないんだ。
Wow, and you woke up specifically to barge in on our conversation.
今日の講義はここまでです。それと、そこでずっと死後をしていた3人。
She once again stares in our direction. No wonder she noticed. Iwashimizu couldn't lower his damn voice at all.
早乙女さんと東部くんと岩清水くん。死後の罰として、ここにある教材を準備室まで持ってきなさい。
The few of us react differently to that.
なんで私も入ってるのよ。あんたたちのせいよ。
Jesus fucking Christ, look at that expression. Hey, don't blame me, it was Iwashimizu.
カツサンドが届いた。
After giving us our punishment, Sister Therese looks at the clock.
続きは次の授業で。日直さん、号令を。
Bell rings to end the period right on time. All those who had to keep silent during Sister Therese's lecture can now breathe a sigh of relief. Everyone's favorite period of the day, lunch, is here. Suguri's weak, peeved command echoes throughout the room. Special District Morna. The one demilitarized zone the Japanese islands have had for the past century. It has no military, nor is it a sizable area. It's a country that owes its century-long existence to both the people who have fought for and protected the land's peace, and the UPJ and the Commonwealth, whom acknowledge and respect Morino's sovereignty. I guess this is what serves as their national pride, what forms their history. I still remember that what my old man once told me. There is no such thing as an objective view on history. History of a country can provide its residents with a sense of pride and self-affirmation. Every action has to have an accompanying justification. Otherwise, the government will find themselves having to keep secrets from the general populace more often than not. And over time, the parties responsible for keeping those things hidden would forget they even did so. It becomes deception towards they themselves, a form of self-suggestion, you might say. Or alternatively, a blindfold. They sometimes function as an impetus leading to a country's evolution. At the same time, can also bring about their fall if not done correctly. Those blindfolds managed to fool the public for at least a decade. You could say they served their purpose, as long as they provide the foundations for the next decade. Ironically enough, the very people who don't give themselves over to deception, realists, strive for its very result. These blindfolds are the strings which those in power use to control and manipulate the masses. Every time those strings have been used, Great change has accompanied. In that sense, history is not only the thread used to create those strings, but also the driving force behind societal evolution as a whole. I remember what my father once told me. I once said, only the individual can choose to see past the lies of deceit. The following day, I hear someone running up behind me and on my way to school and turn around.
やっほーカイト、相変わらず朝早いね。
Hey Suguri, helping out with one of the sports teams again?
昨日次の試合は勝つぞって盛り上がってたから、私も頑張らないと。
You're only playing the scrimmage matches, right?
そうよ。私がしたいのは試合じゃないから。
She smiles openly. Don't have that competitive drive, huh?
あるわよ。今日も後輩をちぎっては投げちぎっては投げしてくるわ。
Yikes. You almost sound like a drill sergeant.
公式試合に出てくる選手は私よりも上だから、ちゃんと鍛えてあげないとね。
Oh, then I guess I owe you an apology. You're a drill sergeant, but you only make the juniors cry with their best interest in mind.
ひどいは抜きなさいよ。
Don't you need to get going? Everyone's gonna be waiting on you.
そうだった。訂正は後で聞かせてもらうわ。
Suguri starts running. Suddenly stops before turning back around towards me.
カイト、メイから聞いたんだけど、勉強困っているんだって？
Yeah, more or less.
今度みんなで勉強会やろう。中間試験対策をメイとするつもりだったの。カイトも一緒にどう？
Oh, thanks. I'll gladly come.
飲み会に参加するおじさんみたいな返事ね。
I'm so sorry, Coach Suguri, who always puts a smile on her players' faces.
訂正聞かせてもらったわ。それじゃあまた教室でね。
I watch her from behind as she trots off. She really is nice for taking time out of her day to help the young members of the team. It's probably why they let her coach them, even though she's not an official member of the team. Once at the cafeteria, I order the curry, then search for a place to sit. I see Natsume here too.
カイトか。
Morning. Tsukimi Silva for you again.
おはよう。またカレーか。
Run into her here a lot in the mornings. Sometimes cook dinner for myself, so on those days I'll eat less leftovers as breakfast instead of coming here. Wonder if Natsume eats here every day for breakfast?
カレーは朝から胃にもたれないか？
Curry rice is perfection. It's the supreme meal choice.
その一食で全てを補おうとする考え、浅ましいと思わないか？
Yes, it may be shameful. I can't deny the superiority of curry.
開き直ったな。
It's the truth.
ごちそうさまでした。
That was good. Cafeteria during mornings is always filled with the light chatter of students here starting off their day. Oh. Looking at her now empty plate, she makes an oops face. Facial expression always probably reads the same way. As I feel unpleasant stares starting to amass on me, I whisper to Natsume. So, do you think we might want to figure out a way to eat our food slower?
どうやらそのようだな。どうしたらいい？
We might try chewing more, like cows.
そばはよく噛んだらダメだ。喉越しを楽しむものだ。
Alright, so just keep doing what you've been with soba. With other foods, you need to chew them thoroughly.
カイトはよく噛んだか？
You don't really chew curry though. Thus we come to the realization that eating habits aren't something you can change at the drop of a hat. Currently waiting in the classroom after school. I wanted to walk home together with the usual group, but May is talking with Sister Therese right now.
ありがとう、ゆきしろさん。それじゃあお願いね。はい、わかりました。直接病院に行きます。
Looks like we'll have to walk home without May today. After finishing a conversation with Sister Therese, May walks over towards me and Suguri.
ごめんなさい。ななみおばあちゃんのところに行く用事ができてしまいました。 しょうがないよ。いってらっしゃい。はい。では、また明日です。
May leaves, I realize we're missing one other person from our group. Do you know where Natsume is?
今日はホームルーム終わった後にすぐ帰ってったわ。
Guess it's just you and me then.
勉強会は無理だね。
Oh, the thing we talked about this morning.
そのつもりじゃなかったの？
Yeah, well, I would have gratefully come if you organized one for me.
意外と控えめね。
Study session would be nice, but I also wanted to do some shopping today.
何買うの？
Groceries to last me for a week. I got a pretty spacious fridge, so I was gonna stock up as much as I can.
そういうことなら私が付き合ってあげる。安いところ知ってるわよ。
Oh, sure, thanks a ton. It's the kind of information I lack right now. Places my self-proclaimed sister showed me were primarily restaurants with takeout.
任せて。お、ついでに私も買い物しておこっと。
Accompany me as I do my grocery shopping. How is she this happy? I quite frankly have no idea. From what I hear, she spends a lot of time at home in the kitchen. Her mother is pretty busy with her work, so she leaves all the household chores and responsibilities to her daughter. This is probably why she knows all this stuff about the best deals, where to get reward points and so on. When I look at the prices of the goods, I can instantly feel the competition among these stores. Discounts attract customers, which leads to increased sales of non-discounted items too. It seems that this sales strategy targets those with the shopping mentality of a housewife. And that seems to include Suguri. Maybe this is something characteristic to Morna. In the UPJ, people mostly buy their groceries in big supermarkets. Seems that things are different in an affluent city with a high population density.
あ、そういえばそろそろそんな季節ね。
Ooh, a festival! Suguri stops and looks at a poster in front of her. Floating Lanterns Festival. There's a famous festival in Morna where, at the end, they float lanterns on the ocean. They have countless images of lanterns on the poster. Suguri stares at the poster, but then after a few seconds shoots me a brief glance. He notices it and so our eyes meet. Something up?
ごめん、ちょっと考え事。というか思い出してた。
She smiles a bit bashfully.
昔ね、一緒に灯籠流しを見た子がいたの。幼なじみっていうのかな。2ヶ月くらいしか遊んでなかったんだけど、私も昔はやんちゃだったから意気投合しちゃって、家族に黙ってその子と一緒に灯籠流しを見たのよね。
She's obviously recounting a fond memory, but her face suddenly curves into a frown. Fond memories almost always contain memories of sadness within them. Even if something about the experience was good, the glorification of it as a memory can make the present seem worse by comparison. Positive emotions must be equaled out by negative emotions. Reminded of my first time meeting Suguri. I haven't seen her cry once since then. Looking back on it now, it almost feels like that was a different person entirely. Oh, by the way.
何？
I switched subjects to keep her from sinking in her memories. What was that thing May was doing? She talked with Sister Therese about it.
聞いたことない？メイってボランティアしてるのよ。
What kind of volunteer work?
シスターの教会でやってる身寄りのない人たちのお手伝い。
Oh, okay.
もっともメイにとってはボランティアじゃなくて、あれは素でやってるんだろうけどね。
Meaning?
困ったなーってなってる人を助けてるのよ。あの子は困ってる人がいたら声をかけているだけ。私、メイがカイトを連れてきた時分かったわ。この子また困ってる人を連れてきたって。
Man, I don't know if that's a good thing.
実際、メイに連れてこられてよかったでしょ？
Can't deny that.
あの子はそういう子なのよ。ああ見えてメイって鋭いんだから。あの子自身は相手が何に困っているのか分かってないところあるけど。
I can't speak much to that, but talking to you about this made me realize one thing.
何？
You love May a whole lot.
真顔でそんなこと本人の前で言わないの。
But it's true, isn't it?
否定はしないわ。雪代メイのファン第1号であること誇りに思うくらいにはね。
There's still a hint of bashfulness in her expression, but she wears a confident smile now. After we finished shopping, I said goodbye to Suguri, then came back home. I'm now placing my groceries for the week inside the fridge. With a little bit of force, it looks like everything will fit. I could even not leave my room and still live off of this for a good while. This feeling of modest satisfaction might be the first step on the road to becoming a house husband. For cooking something, I turn on the TV. I then train while watching the news. I've also been watching the TV while doing my daily exercise. Then suddenly I hear the sound alerting viewers of breaking news. Huh?
連邦からの緊急ニュースです。本日午後8時頃、内務省の事務次官以下数名が何者かによる暴行を受け、現在病院へ搬送中とのことです。繰り返します。連邦からの緊急ニュースです。
No, that isn't the sign. The headline is largely displayed at the bottom of the screen. The host reports on the situation with a stern expression. It really seems to be serious. I can tell she's desperately trying to keep calm. She probably only learned of this as we did. Assassination attempt on a high-ranking politician? I stopped for my push-ups and listened attentively. Apparently, the Commonwealth's Ministry of Home Affairs Vice Minister was assaulted by someone, and the minister possibly as well. That minister is the leader of one of the 3 military factions that exist within the Commonwealth, and his vice minister as a government official who climbed up the political ladder through the influence of that faction. Military factions. The Commonwealth of Japan is the bastion of radical ideologies in the region. Although the Commonwealth has a system of centralized authority, there are strange rules in place regarding military that allow for the existence of local armed forces as well. Each of these military groups became so closely affiliated with the area of their belonging that they displayed the same characteristics as other military cliques. There are three main factions in the Commonwealth, however. However, the local cliques are small, scattered, and fragmented to the point that they cannot be referred to as any sort of solid organization. Wait, hold on. We missed those two. Whoops. Japan's separate governing states. The chaos and infighting resulting from the Japanese Civil War caused the Japanese government to split in two. The use of modern weaponry was resulting in high casualty rates during the war, hence the leaders of the two sides drew up a ceasefire in hopes to bring a speedy end to the bloodshed. It became known as the Morna Armistice Agreement to it being signed in Morna. Afterwards, Japan was divided into two separate governments, and the region has remained that way for 100 or so years. These two governments are modern-day Japan. Of modern-day Japan are the United Provinces of Japan and the Commonwealth of Japan. Floating Lanterns Festival. The Floating Lanterns Festival in Morno is a long-standing tradition in Morno. Despite Morno's strict security, tourists from all over the region come to see it. The act of lighting the lanterns and sending them afloat onto rivers or oceans was originally supposed to be a way to pay respects to the dead, while Morino's lanterns floating was said to have been born from awe felt towards the pair of guardian spirits watched over the mountains. Legends say that these male and female gods would reach down and pick up the souls of the recently departed, sending them gently drifting along their way. The tradition of sending the lanterns into the ocean was said to have been an imitation of these drifting spirits. Information is still coming coming in, but the reporter seems certain of that much. Factions. They still exist in the Commonwealth, huh? There's one other thing that catches my attention. I see a station worker suddenly hand the newscaster a new manuscript.
ただいま新しい情報が入りました。大臣にも襲撃があったとのことです。そして、これは報道していいの？
The newscaster questions in disbelief before quickly straightening up again before the camera.
大臣を襲撃したのは連邦陸軍士官学校の学生ら十数名。繰り返します。
She seems somewhat panicked as she reads the breaking information. This attack was perpetrated by cadets of the Commonwealth Military's Training Academy. They apparently took credit for the attack and a message to the mass media after carrying out their actions. What the hell is going on? Those cadets want war. Natsume's face flashes in my mind. She's part of the Commonwealth's military. Does she know about these attacks yet? The people responsible were cadets from the country's very own military training academy. There's no doubt in my mind there's going to develop into a big incident. It'll shake the very geopolitical landscape. The term military faction came up just prior, and of course the media believes that one of these factions has their hands in this. Commonwealth government has to bring the situation under control somehow, otherwise these radical factions could gain traction. Almost seems like I'm looking at an entirely different world from one I live in. The news about the attack on the minister from the Commonwealth. During my daily status update, I briefly touch on the current headlining story. I was wondering if this would have any impact on the mission. You think this attack might spur those radicals to become more vocal? Well, I don't think any outcome will really surprise me. It's being in a neutral territory makes me feel detached from it all. You're absolutely right. Yes, I know what to do. I've already devised a plan for how to end my life here as Tobu Kaito and leave Morna. Made sure I was ready for that before I even departed from Morna in the first place. Negative. May good luck be with you. These words stick in my throat, deep and firm. After eating breakfast in the dorm, I depart for school and see May on my way.
Ah, Kaito-kun. Ohayou gozaimasu.
Morning. So yesterday Suguri told me something. You do volunteer work apparently?
Nanami o-ba-chan to ohanashi shite kimashita.
Right, I remember how Suguri described it. May doesn't really view it as work.
あと、Momiji-kunとMiyake-sanと遊んで、振動おじさんを教会まで送ってきました。
Sounds like you were busy. Maybe these were all people she helped with her volunteer work?
中戸さんが故郷のご飯を作ったので、みんなで食べました。みんな美味しくないって言ってました。特に水おばあさんが作り方が違うって怒ってました。
She's gleefully telling me all about her day yesterday, but I don't know any of those people, so I can't keep up.
沢木さんが今度本物を作ってくれるそうです。退院が楽しみです。
That's nice.
はい。
Sorry, May. I'm so sorry for thinking of your deeds as just volunteer work. I apologize to her in my heart. I can tell that all these people are her real friends. Oh, sister, let me help you carry that.
東部くん、悪いわね。
had something I wanted to ask her, so I waited for my opportunity to be alone with her. Helping her carry the materials after class was just the opportunity I was looking for. Sister, I have a question.
授業のことじゃないわね。ゆきしろさんのことかしら。
Yes, I was wondering if you could tell me what exactly she does.
教会のボランティア活動の手伝いをしてもらってるわ。
Is that all?
難民支援よ。聞いたことあるでしょ？モリノの難民。
Refugees. The refugees in Morna came from a certain area in the Commonwealth that was hit by a natural disaster. They came to Morna looking for help due to the delayed response from their own government. Though they should technically be called asylum seekers, their political status is in much more of a grey area. Mass media took to calling them refugees, and that is how the name stuck. Hence, they are not the same kind of refugees as defined by the convention relating to the status of refugees. She seems a bit hesitant and spoke in a hushed voice. I've heard things here and there, but I don't know anything specific.
少しデリケートな問題なのよね。連邦出身のあなたにとっては特に。
Yes, I know.
ゆきしろさん、とってもよくやってくれてるわ。難民と言われている人たちにとっても、私たちにとっても、彼女の存在には助けられているわ。でも、彼女にとっては、ボランティアもボランティアじゃないのかもしれないわ。
She really told me the same thing, actually.
早乙女さんが？やっぱりそうなのね。友達から見てもそう見えるのね。
Mate just seems to be a natural good Samaritan. Samaritan. That's how he said that, I think. That's also how I came to know her.
それわかるわ。私もゆきしろさんに助けられているから。
She smiles a bit jokingly. Guess helping out the refugees is just that much of an important thing to them.
おいトブ、お前大食いで早食いだったよな。
No, not me.
あからさまな嘘つくなよ。商店街のラーメン屋でさ、大盛り味噌ラーメンを20分で食い終わったら賞金が出るんだよ。お前やってくれ。
No, thank you.
つれないこと言うなよ。俺とお前との仲じゃないか。
Sadly, our friendship does not mean enough to me that I'd sacrifice my stomach for it.
ケチくさいこと言うな。男だろ。
You can nag me all you want, but no means no.
なら俺に早食いを伝授してくれ。一子相伝ってわけじゃないんだろ。林道も伝授されてるみたいだし。
I don't know what sort of technique you think I have, but I guess I can give you some pointers. I obviously can't tell him I eat every day at the military. Tell him to eat every day at the military. Limit your lunchtime to just 10 minutes. That way you'll just have to finish eating in 5 minutes, otherwise you won't be able to do anything else during the break.
そんな昼休みがあるかバカ。
Well, I did, for one. That's just how it was back in basic training.
この前さ、例のほら難民がその大盛りラーメンに挑戦してたんだけどさ、あいつらペロリと食っちまうの。ああいうリアルで血色だと楽勝なんだろうな。
Oh, refugees?
あいつら犯罪者だから店側も断ればいいのにな。
They're criminals?
そうだよ。あいつらがいるようになってから森野の治安が悪くなってるんだぜ。東部が来る前に商店街で難民が窃盗事件を起こしたんだよ。
It wouldn't surprise me if there were muggings on a daily basis, considering how crowded that shopping area gets. Surely refugees aren't the only ones committing them. That's my 2 cents on the issue, but I don't say anything.
まあいるよな。
I only wonder what the reality of the situation is. Frequency of theft has a strong correlation to economic conditions. So would refugees who come from poverty change by staying in an economically prosperous city like Morna? What's to say? I decided to bring up the issue from earlier to the operator during my daily status update.
難民と呼ばれているけど、正式には難民ではないわ。
Oh really? But I heard they were driven out of the Commonwealth and fled to Morna for safety.
難民と変わらない存在だから、森野が受け入れたに過ぎないのよ。規模も小さいし、何より
連邦政府が認めていないから。
So to be a refugee, you need to be acknowledged as one by the government. I didn't know that. Pretty crazy that the label counts more than the fact itself.
日本で難民が起こりにくいのは住める土地の少なさもあるわね。移ってきても暮らせる場所がないのよ。すでにそこに人は住んでいるから。だったらもともといた土地でやりくりした方がまだマシ。そうやってこの狭い列島に複雑な地域文化を築いたのよ。
Huh.
だいたい合衆国なら同じような状況に陥ったとしても難民化するような事態は避けていると思うわ。連邦は当時から政局が不安定で支援が後手に回りすぎた。だからモリノにしわ寄せが言ったのね。モリノも受け入れるとは思われてなかったわ。でも今の区長は受け入れた。英断だったけどモリノと連邦とがギクシャクしたのは否めないわ。
National relations seem complicated.
単純よ。自治と家の舵取りを失敗しただけ。
That's exactly what seems to be complicated to me.
話はこれでいいかしら。
Negative, that was it.
ではご分を。
Like always, she's the one to hang up first. Seems like a difficult situation with these refugees. Went into the classroom the following morning and instantly noticed everyone crowded together for some reason. They're all gathered around Iwashimizu watching something. Morning. What are you guys looking at?
これ見てみろよ。
He sternly commands me to come over as he stares at a portable TV with a dire expression. The reception must be bad because the quality on the screen is choppy. Did something happen? I see multiple military vehicles on the small display. Vehicles I'm all too familiar with seeing. These vehicles are from the Commonwealth's military, my country's biggest political enemy in the region. From the identification number, color, and fine details of the installations, I can pinpoint the exact place the unit is from.
やべえよ。本格的に戦争でも始まるんじゃね？
War? They can't possibly
お
be.
前知らねえの？テレビに出てた軍事評論家のなんとかさんが言ってたんだよ。
You ought to believe you when you can't even remember the guy's name. I retort as elicits a bit of a chuckling from the crowd, lightening the mood a little bit. But the fear and uncertainty are still there. Their laughs were a bit stifled, and not genuine. The current news has everyone worried. If a war really does break out between the Commonwealth and the UBJ, then Morna would undoubtedly be caught in the crossfire. They may regard themselves as neutral, but they won't stop either warring party from trampling upon them to achieve. But that won't stop either warring party from trampling upon them to achieve victory. The residents here probably have worries about their safety for those reasons. Yes, no matter how much people here try to distance themselves from the political situation between the UPJ and the Commonwealth, circumstances around this district's history make them all the more tense when scares like this happen. But when all's said and done, this fear is only what you might call a sentiment among the people in this area. As long as the situation doesn't escalate, that sentiment slowly subsides before disappearing completely. Sure do hope that nothing comes of this. But I'm about to be proven terribly wrong. The color of the military vehicle I see on the screen tips me off to something. Belongs to the unit that's stationed closest to the border of Morna. During our extended homeroom for the week, we discussed plans for the coming school festival.
他に何かありませんか？
May, who's on day duty, leads this discussion and writes suggestions on the blackboard. But all we have on there are a maid cafe and a haunted house. So basically the thing everyone does. Some wise guy also had a wonderful idea of just doing a lounge area. But he was booed by all the people who wanted to actually try, and insisted the Reese also vetoed the idea.
はいはい、い いた思いついた。喫茶店で居酒屋なんてどうかな。利き酒とかできるように合衆国と連邦から集めよう。
それは喫茶店じゃありません。却下です。
がっくし。はいはい、また神アイデアきた。バーなんてどうかな。オリジナルカクテルとか作っちゃってさ。
却下です。
シックシック。
なんでお酒なのよ。ダメに決まってるでしょ。
Yeah, you're gonna have to think of something besides alcohol, Iwashimizu.
劇なんてどうかな。前にやった時は面白かったのよね。
Huh. Was it actually a serious play?
当然。赤ずきんちゃんを救うために、桃太郎と金太郎とクリッとウスとハチが手を組んで狼をボッコボコにする話だったわ。原作は7人の侍。
My God! Whoever thought that monstrosity up should go apologize to everyone who made the Seven Samurai movie.
盛り上がっちゃってさ、学園祭1週間前の準備期間、全部泊まり込みで演技と演出を練りに練ったわ。
Impressive. Sure as hell wouldn't vote for any proposal like that. Talk about way too much work.
カイトはなんかないの？
I guess this festival would be similar to the open door day at basic training. It's basically like a presentation where we showed the residents of the city, our parents, and high-ranking army officers, officials, the results of our hard work. Maybe we could put together like an exhibition on the regional history of Morna or something.
つまんない。
つまらん。
Okay. More and more people gather around my seat just to tell me how boring my idea is. I'm getting cornered by the booze as the booze increase in intensity. Yeah, local history is boring. As soon as I say that, they leave me alone and return to their seats. Holy moly.
何だったんだ？
I don't know, they really don't want to do a history exhibition or something.
なぜだ？学院祭は日頃の成果を見せる時じゃないのか？
他に何かありませんか？なっちゃん、何かないですか？
私？なぜ名指し？
それは司会の期待よ。お願いします。
Somewhat sheepishly, Natsume speaks of what she's thinking of.
特にないが、今上がっている中では喫茶店はいいんじゃないか。工夫しがいがあるだろうし。そうだな。東村山家のマスターの指導でも仰ぐのはどうだろう。学院祭の喫茶店とは思えないものができるかも。
それ魅力。なっちゃん、さすがです。
そうなのか？
Her idea also garners praise from others in the class. It's kind of crazy how popular the Higashimura Yamake is, seriously. Natsume's ideas seemed to be a big hit, so the class finally settled on a cafe. Now, all we have to do is talk to the Higashimura Yamake about it. And since Mei and Suguri aren't the place's only fans among the class, we end up deciding to make it a class visit. Once lunch break came, Avant had bought some sandwiches from the school store. Going to be eating in the classroom today. I placed the sandwiches for me and Natsume on the table. Where's Natsume?
あれ？学食に行ったのでしょうか？さっき出て行ったのは見たよ。
Mei and Suguri scoot their tables together and open their lunchboxes. Where did she go? I shoot a quick glance towards the doorway and see Natsume signaling me with her finger to come. After a second of that, she leaves. Gotta go to the bathroom. I'll search for her while I'm out, so you guys go ahead and start without us.
待ってますよ。一緒に食べた方が楽しいからね。
Sorry, I promise I'll be back quick. I leave the classroom to chase after Natsume. After the roof terrace, thinking she might be there, and lo and behold, that's where she is.
カイト。
Need something, Natsume? He's staring directly at me. Her gaze seems rather hostile. Seems neither hostile nor reluctant nor friendly. The tense mood that existed between us when we first met is nowhere to be felt. She's simply regarding me. What is it?
ニュースを見ただろ。
The incident in the Commonwealth? Yes, we're talking about the assassination attempts perpetrated by the cadet of the training academy.
単刀直入に聞こう。お前はあれに関わっていないか。
Why would I be involved? My response proves hostility inside her. I'm not lying, seriously. Why in the hell would you think I have anything to do with those attacks? I meet Natsume's unwavering gaze head on. I have nothing to hide. After blinking once, her expression lightens.
そうか。頭部カイトは関わりがないか。
The tense atmosphere dissipates completely with that. But Natsume's facial expression is still gloomy. She frowns, seeming somewhat distant and unapproachable. I have an overwhelming urge to ask her what's wrong, what she knows. But as of this moment, she and I stand before each other as nothing more than students of the same Tenshudo Academy. It's probably best that we don't discuss things too in detail here. Oh, I bought lunch for you, Natsume. Me and Tsukuri are waiting in the classroom.
あ、そうだな。教室に戻ろう。
Nothing more to say. She walks past me and opens the iron door. I follow close behind. Today we're finally planning to hold our study session. Terms are just next week, and we all want to enter them prepared. But after we're dismissed for the day, Natsume quickly gathers her thing and says to us
すまない。用事ができたから、今日は帰る。
It's plainly evident that she has no choice in the matter. So, Mei and Suguri reply thusly. Oh, that's quick save.
残念です。明日以降に勉強会しましょう。放課後開けられなかったら、昼休みでもいいからさ。
ありがとう。
She responds to their regretful words with a smile. As she's in the process of leaving, however, she whispers something softly to me.
カイト、少しいいか。
That she leaves the classroom. And Tsuguri asks me about where we want to hold the study session, but I excuse myself and leave the classroom to chase after Natsume. I run to the entryway after her.
しばらく休む。
Words were heavy sounding, heavy enough to crush through a massive dam with ease. What happened with you guys?
詳しくは言えないんだ。すまん。
Expression is lonely and despondent, but that was only momentary. Second, she's looking at me, smiling. Next second, she's looking at me, smiling.
カイト。森野は、天主堂学院はいいところだな。
What happened? I don't care if it's just vague on specifics. Tell me something. I want to help you in any way I can.
ありがとう、カイト。私は、私にできることをしてくる。私に言えることは、ここまでだ。
Natsume.
また東村山家に一緒に行こうと、みんなに伝えてくれ。
Honestly God, at this point, like, it's obvious that she wants the best for the area. So I feel like it is okay to disclose the fact that he is a spy and shares the sentiments. I have no idea what her current situation is, not even the slightest idea. But I do think she's chosen to do something in light of the situation she currently faces. Though I have to question why she brings up a cake shop at a time like this. You have a real sweet tooth, don't you, Natsume?
否定はしない。マスターの美味しいケーキなら、いくらでも食べられる。
Alright then. Take the hand she has outstretched towards me. Her hand feels soft. I can feel calluses on her palms and fingers. These developed from frequent gun usage. I have them too, myself, in the same places.
カイト、また会おう。
To meet again, Natsume. Starting the next day, Natsume's seat was empty. She apparently already told Sister Therese, who informed us that Natsume would be away for some time due to family circumstances.
なっちゃん、どうしたのでしょうか。
This game has some really good soundtracks.
家庭の事情とか聞くと不安になるわね。
Couldn't respond to them with anything at all. I myself don't even know her reason for leaving. Only know that she resolved herself to do something. Natsume comes back to school. Let's all go to the Higashimura Yamaka again. She hasn't tasted all the cakes yet, has she?
完全制覇まであと4つと言ってました。
私たちに黙ってこっそり言ってたし、いつもお土産買ってたもんね。
Even though I can envision the days when we'll be sitting in the cafe together, laughing, I still can't grapple my mind around why she can't come to school. The mood has grown gloomy, and it's weighing on us.
カイトくん、私、早退します。
May steps out of the classroom, book bag in hand. Something comes up.
ななみおばあちゃんのところに行ってきます。
Alright, take care then.
うん。カイトくん、また明日です。
May lightly runs off towards the school entrance. Something apparently came up with the elderly lady she's taking care of. Sister Therese may have asked May for her assistance. I have a bad feeling. Just from May's absence, I already feel my thoughts growing negative, much to my surprise. Something must have happened at the academy as well. Shortly after, we received news that all afternoon classes are cancelled. Sister Therese must have had to go somewhere too. He had a substitute teacher that day. Sure wonder why they cancelled afternoon classes.
わかんない。でもちょっとだけ助かったわ。今日は親に仕事手伝ってくれと言われてたのよね。
Something go wrong?
取引先とトラブルだって。連邦の取引先と連絡が取れないとかで。
When I hear Commonwealth, my mind immediately flashes back to the news segment I saw in the classroom the other day, as well as the news report on the planned coup d'etat I saw in my room. Coup d'etat. The attempted coup d'etat in the Commonwealth where cadets from the military school, disgruntled with the current state of affairs in the country, carried out an attack on the cabinet minister and vice minister of the Ministry of Home Affairs. They declared they were cleansing the government of the minister's pawns, but were put down in insurrection. The cabinet minister himself was a leader figure in one of the Commonwealth's three military factions, while the vice minister was a high-ranking bureaucrat with a promising career who was similarly part of the same faction, but worked more in the background. Their affiliation with this faction was why they were targeted. Although the minister belonged to a military faction, they were more moderate-leaning and did not share the militaristic ambitions that the radicalists did. There's two missing. I imagine Suguri is thinking about it all as well.
カイトも実家の人と連絡取れてる？
Yep, they seem to be doing fine. Answer quickly and briefly, since it's all a lies. But I feel guilty lying to her. She seems to be genuinely worried about me. Don't hesitate to ask if you need my help with anything, Suguri. I'll be glad to assist.
ありがとう。でも人手が必要ってわけじゃないから、何かあったら連絡するね。それよりも、私はメイの方が心配。それに夏目もさ。
Yeah. Since coming here, I've spent a great amount of time with the three of them, both during school and after. It's hard to believe that not even a month has passed. Just in that short time, I've grown to love my life here.
変だよね。私、みんなで過ごすのが当たり前だと思ってたんだ。東村山家で意気投合しちゃってさ。
They keep coming back to the Higashimura Yamaka! I was just thinking that exact same thing.
本当？よかった。同じ気持ちだったんだ。
Suguri's smile fills me with happiness. Can't see it, but I imagine I have a smile on my face too.
と夏目も同じかな。
Sure she does. Remember what she said to me when we said our farewells. She wanted us all to visit Higashimura Yamake again. I'm losing the ability to talk again. Of course I can't tell that to Suguri that her feelings are real.
ねえは言わずもがなね。彼女が私たちにとっての当たり前だから。
You're absolutely right. We'll have to tell her that later.
もう言ったわ。
Doesn't quite surprise me.
そういうってどういう意味よ。
Nothing really. I just think you two are well suited for each other. They really value each other, and you can tell they have a really good friendship. They might even be like rivals in a sense, seeing how they each respect and look up to the other.
ねえカイト、ちょっと待って。
Suguri writes something in her notebook and tears out the page and then shows it to me.
ここにメイがいるわ。
May?
ここにいなければ丘の上の教会にいるから。言ってあげて。
She gives me the note, which has the name of the hospital and its address. Why did she give me this information?
私は今日は行けないけど、もし明日以降もメイが行くって言うなら付き合おうと思ってた。メイの様子変だったの。いつもと違うと思ったの。
Suguri?
カイト、用事がないのなら、その用事を後回しにできるなら、今日言ってあげて。お願い。
I'll do that. I have no need to ask her why she wants me to. I really have nothing planned for the rest of the day. But even if I did, I'd probably prioritize May's well-being. I went to the hospital address that Suguri gave me, but at the reception desk I was told that May already left. She seems to visit the hospital quite often. When I mentioned her name, a lot of the staff there reacted with smiles. I asked where she might have gone, and they said she left for the church with Sasaki's son. Sasaki is probably a refuge that May is taking care of, and the church must be the one at the hill that Suguri mentioned. I hop on the tram and ride to the hill where it's located. After arriving, I'm greeted with a building that reminds me strongly of the building I see at Tenshido Academy. From what I was told, all the buildings themselves remained on Academy Island, but the church itself relocated to here. I see lots of food being offered in front of the church, almost like this is a banquet. People seem to be church volunteers helping the refugees, and it seems like they're preparing to serve the food right now. There also seems to be some among their audience here that are themselves refugees. May should be somewhere here. Even if I do find it, what do I say? What do I do? Nothing in mind. Suguri simply told me to go to where May was, and that I've done. Hopefully I'll be able to understand why she wanted me to do this the second I see May.
あら？ドーブくん？
Seeing Sister Therese here catches me off guard for a brief moment, but I soon remember that she's a nun, and she belongs to the church here. Is May here with you? She smiles.
来てくれたのね。ありがとう。ゆきしろさんも喜ぶわ。シスター、ななみおばあちゃんとそろそろ病院に戻ります。ゆきしろさん、来てるわよ。
Sorry. I skipped her dialogue there. She points in my direction.
あ、カイトくん。
She looks at me, mouth agape, before smiling softly.
どうしたのですか？カイトくんがどうしてここに？
I was told you were here, so I came to see you.
ありがとう。
Thanking me, her smile seems to fade. Or am I just imagining it? But after Sister Therese calls for her again, she walks over to an elderly lady who seems to be Granny Nanami. That smile resurfaces. The elderly lady then leaves the church, leaning on a thick cane and with May by her side for support.
ドーブくんは、ゆきしろさんの様子を見に来てくれたのよね。
Yes, that's right.
彼女、病院に閉じこもっていた佐々木さんを連れてきてくれたの。彼女は難民なのよ。森野の保護プログラムが承認してくれたから、病院に入ることができたんだけど。
Protection Program, a program created by the government of Morna to help get refugees back on their feet. Those accepted by the program are eligible to receive support from the country, though the program differs from person to person, which could lead to unexpected complications with the application process. So anyone accepted is guaranteed some degree of aid, with direct applications to the program possible on their part through the Morna Church.
いろいろあってショックで塞ぎ込んでてね。雪代さんが心を開いてくれたの。
May did?
前も言ったけど、彼女にとってこれはボランティアじゃないのね。手を差し伸べているだけ。
I understand. I was the recipient of her selflessness myself, after all.
あら？それ前も聞いたわね。
May is lending the elderly lady her hand as they walk to the car that arrived for her. They're probably going to go back to the hospital in that car. It's about two bantering men walking with tottering steps in the direction of May and the old lady. They're talking so loudly and obnoxiously you'd think they were intentionally trying to scare off the people around. They act as if they stagger while walking past May and the lady. He shrieks out in a blatantly strange voice, then shoves May and the old lady, watching as they fall to the ground.
Oi! 痛えぞババア。
おばあちゃん。
And May tries to help the lady, but she herself also scraped her knee and arms in the fall.
往来の邪魔になってんじゃねえよ老人。
ババア、謝ることもできねえのか？あ？そんなだからここにいる連中に、森野の連中に舐められんだよ。
Stomps on the old lady's bag, now lying on the ground. Those bastards.
おばっちりもいいとこだ。難民ふざけんな。お前なんかと一緒にすんな。俺たちは移住者なんだよ。難民なんかじゃねえ。お前みたいなのと森野に入ってきちまってから踏んだり蹴ったりだ。
Sammy kicks the ground so that dirt lands on the bag. Hey, buddy.
Huh?
The body had taken me directly in front of them without thinking. I look over at the old lady lying on the ground beside me. I feel my blood start to boil. Better clench those teeth of yours, pal, otherwise you might bite your tongue off.
Huh?
I lock my eyes onto the guy standing here right in front of me, looking me in the eye. This is the first time I've ever felt such a strong urge to punch someone in the face! It's also the first time I've ever felt such a raging anger. Part of my body that's still sane prepares me for an incoming blow. I'll slug this guy in the face in the blink of an...
カイトくん、待って。
Huh? May's voice stops me right as my arm was in motion. She wants me to stop? But why?
おばあちゃんを病院へ連れてって。
May's words direct my attention to the old lady. She's holding her foot in evident pain. For a moment I consider making quick work of these guys first, but I pull myself together and quickly go to her side. Let me help you. I pick up the old lady and enter the car along with May.
おい待てよ。逃げんのか？
And I don't even spare them a glance. We tell the driver our destination and leave on our way. Scott, just look out the window, wait here for 30 minutes and I'll be back for you. Just stare them down, then tell the driver to drive. The driver follows May's direction to the hospital, then we get out and take the old lady in. It's the same hospital Suguri told me about. According to the doctor, she only sprained her ankle. The old lady didn't say anything, but her grief is more than apparent. She'll have to be hospitalized again. She'll have to be hospitalized once again, right after she was finally given the ability to go outside. This leg injury, she probably won't be able to walk on her own for some time. May is now with the old lady, comforting her. If I had the chance to, I would have beaten the living shit out of those guys back there. I wanted to make them apologize to the old lady and promise they'd better themselves. But I couldn't do anything against that frantic, desperate face May gave me. After waiting for the old lady to fall asleep, May and I leave the hospital together.
カイトくん、今日はありがとうございます。カイトくん、怒ってますか？
Very mad.
ごめんなさい。
I'm not mad at you, May. I'm mad at those jerks who shoved you.
はい。
They're damned refugees themselves. What did they even do to them? Nothing. They had to come and hurt some old lady who's a refugee just like them. Hurt you too, May. Then they even had the nerve to try and blame it on us. They took out all their anger and frustration on completely innocent people. They're absolute scum.
あの人たちも不安なんだと思います。
Takes me a second to process what May had meant by that. She says that out of pity for them. Those guys have their own fears and difficulties living here as refugees. People label them criminals and they face discrimination on a daily basis. That's no reason for them to take it out on one of their own. I get that. Still want to get those guys and make them apologize.
私はそんな風に謝られてもどうしていいかわからないです。きっとナナミおばあちゃんもそんなことを望んではいないと思います。
I find myself surprised at how much conviction May's tone carried. It seems it startled her as well. She gives a wry smile after a brief second.
ごめんなさい。カイトくんが悪いわけじゃないのに。
Her gaze then lowers to the ground and her smile disappears. It left her face in the brief second of a candle being... it left her face in the brief second of a candle being snuffed out. I think I have a good understanding of why Suguri sent me to her. Just can't understand her like her best friend can, it seems. Right now there's only one thing May needs that I'm sure of. May, do you want to go there again?
あの場所。
Even a moment after the words leave her mouth, I begin to notice her expression lighten ever so slightly. We're the only ones at the park. It's spacious, but because of how high up it sits, it barely gets many visitors. Though it's hardly ever completely empty like it is now. Almost feels like the only thing alive here are the myriad of flowers blossoming in colorful abundance. We are in the corner of such a huge, large park, though. It's only possible that most residents just simply don't know of this area. Even though, so, the flowers bloom in extravagance, their heads not dipping in an inch. That must be because they're so well taken care of. They look absolutely beautiful today. Words leave my mouth in spite of myself, which May smiles happily.
綺麗ですよね。きっと思いがいっぱい詰まっているからです。
Huh? She runs her finger along one of the blossoms. The dews sitting atop the petals stick to her finger as she lifts it slightly. The way she's touching the flowers is almost like a gentle caress.
この花畑は記念公園ができる前からあったんです。花畑を作った人が教えてくれました。
She suddenly begins to tell me this story. Really? Does that mean you're tending to the flowers in their place?
私が管理しなくてもここのお花は強いですから、きっと今みたいに咲き誇ると思います。
They must really appreciate what you do for them.
だと嬉しいです。ここを任せてくれた人たちは子供の頃にもともと庭にまくはずだった花の種を誤ってまいてしまったそうです。
I don't know these people, but I could imagine a group of kids accidentally scattering the seeds as they were playing on the hill.
それ以来ここには花が咲くようになってどんどん広がっていったそうです。
So this place is filled with the memories of those people.
はい、素敵な思い出だと思います。
It also holds memories for me too. This place where you and I first met May. May is surprised at first, but then her expression softens into a smile.
カイトくんは優しいです。
Sounds slightly sarcastic when it's coming from you.
え、そんなことないですよ。
Sorry, that was my bad. I'll follow Suguri's example and take your compliments without looking at for some hidden meaning. So, thank you, May.
照れます。
Hey now, what's there for you to get embarrassed about? You're the one complimenting me, that complimented me.
そうですね。私も 素直に受け止めます。お粗末様でした？
No, no, that doesn't sound like a fitting reply. Does that sound like a fitting reply? Like I'm at a restaurant or something.
はう、そうなのかな？どうなのかな？
Hey, relax. Just take deep breaths. Hey, in, out.
あ、はい。
She's always so composed, but why am I not surprised that something this random is what makes her flustered? Didn't bring May here to talk about Flowerbed though. Wanted to ask her something else. Suguri wanted to cheer May up. That's why she sent me, and I'm certain of that.
落ち着きました。さすがカイトくんです。
Thank you. Now, could I ask you a question?
ほう、はい。なんでしょう。
May, why do you do the things you do?
なぜ？そこまで？
She's not feigning misunderstanding. I just didn't phrase my question right. Why are you so selfless? Why do you do all the things you do to help that old lady from the hospital?
ななみおばあちゃんですか？それは私がお話ししたいからで。
Maybe, but she's not the only one. There are plenty more, aren't there? The lady that gave you sweets in the front of the ward office. Let me guess, she's also a refugee, isn't she? There was actually one more thing that I wanted to ask her, but ultimately didn't. Why did she stop me from punching that man who'd shoved her? Part of it was because she wanted to get the old lady to the hospital, I'm sure, but that didn't feel like the whole reason. She deliberately stopped me for her own personal reasons. Before I ask her that, I need to know this. To know why she goes to such lengths for others. Suguri probably knows, but I don't. Why is she so irrationally selfish? Selfless. Yes?
カイトくんのそういう私を困らせるところ。
Whoops. I skipped the last part. What?
私もよくわかりません。
What she first said made my heart race immediately, but what she says afterwards makes it stop. You don't understand yourself? She looks me in the face with a serious unwavering conviction, then says,
私はそこまでのことをしているのでしょうか。
Huh? No, I was just...
そのななみおばあちゃんと一緒に過ごしたりすることはそこまでと言われることなんでしょうか。私にはそれがわかりません。大切なことをする時間を大切な人と一緒に過ごす時間を作ることって不思議に思われることなのでしょうか。
What is she saying? A much more fundamental question completely erases the one I already had in my mind. Guess people like you really do exist, huh?
え？
Asked you a question and you answered me with a question.
あ、すみません。
No, it's fine. Your reply gave me more than enough of an answer to why you're so selfless.
え？
She gives me an uneasy look. No, I'm not going to criticize you, May. You have no reason to feel in the wrong. You're helping those people because you're a kind-hearted person. There's nothing strange about that at all. That's because she gave me such a sincere answer. I want to understand what drives her. To know and understand her better as a person. You're doing the right thing, May. But to know the real Yukishiro, May.
ありがとう、カイトくん。
She smiles happily. Seeing that alone is enough to convince me that I made the right decision. Suddenly I see an intense flash of light come from the city. Instinctively turn in its direction. Fucking bomb. I hear the loud boom of an explosion as the ground before us slightly trembles. You know, it didn't occur close by, but I still cover May's head without thinking. Where was that? In the area where it came from, you can now see raging flames and smoke billowing into the air. What the? Then another explosion rings out, and another, and another.
何が
Are you serious? This was no coincidence. These explosions did not occur from some accident. They were done deliberately. One of the targeted locations is a transformer substation. Another is a fire department. Can't make out the others, but they all seem to be places of importance. What the hell is going on?
なんでこんなことに
I don't know. I don't know, but there are things I remember from the past few days. Troops from a Commonwealth garrison located closest to the Morna border had begun to move. Perpetrators probably targeted the transformer substation and fire department to make it more difficult to subdue the chaos across the city. It all flashes in my mind in an instant. I quickly take out my mobile phone and realize that the normal phone lines are dead. We're in the middle of a militaristic attack. This was planned and deliberate attack on us. This was a planned and deliberate attack on us by the Commonwealth government. It's only a matter of time before war is declared and the mobilization of their army begins. Those troops I saw on the news will start their advance. Damn it! What the hell is the UPJ doing? What the hell do I do?
カイト君、町に戻りましょう。
No, I want you to stay here.
カイト君は
This place should still be safe for now. Maybe the safest place in Morna at the moment, considering there's no important facilities or anything that the terrorists would want to target. Might also work well as a safe haven for the residents if this gets even more out of control. So that's why I want you to stay here. You'll be safe here, May.
カイト君はどうするんですか
Me? That's a tough question. My current mission will probably be cancelled shortly, and they'll give me a new one. The current mission was pretty relaxing, so I would have liked to keep it a little longer, but I can't ask for that after seeing this.
あそこには病院があるの。ななみおばあちゃんがいるの。もみじくんも三宅さんも、振動おじさんも、中戸さんも、沢木さんもいます。
It's too dangerous, May. War is on the horizon. The Commonwealth could invade any second now. I saw on TV that they already had troops stationed near the border.
戻りたいです。みんなのいるところに。
The reason she wants to return has nothing to do with fear. The fire in her eyes is still burning bright, even in the face of this current catastrophe. I can easily see someone like her taking the lead in evacuating people. She has the kind of strength and determination that shines during these times. People with hidden leadership skills need to be protected during states of emergency because of how crucial a role they play. Putting their talent to use, they'll save countless lives as long as they stay alive. You do what I tell you.
ここに残ること以外なら聞きます。
She's so incredibly strong-willed. It's insane. I won't. We'll do this together. I offer her my hand and she takes it readily. This is no time for a handshake. Take her hand so I don't lose sight of her even for a moment. I have to keep her out of harm's way no matter what. Why is his face so small? Like, is it just me or is his face like really fucking small? We run down the hill, then avoid the area of the ward office and make our way to the direction of the academy. The academy has always been the city's designated evacuation area in cases of emergency for years. There might be a large number of people already gathered there. And the biggest benefit to that location is there isn't anything there an army would have need for. So it should be safe by all means. We walk in great strides, taking care to avoid buildings and areas of significance. People on the streets are looking around frantically in confusion. Doesn't seem they've realized what's taking place. For ordinary people, the scene currently before them is something they've only seen in movies and TV shows. There's no doubt in my mind that the administration had procedures in place in the event that something like this happened. However, it's easy to infer the difficulties they're having as communication systems were one of the few first things knocked out. No amount of preparation could have prepared them for this level of sheer terror and destruction. We run through the streets full of broken traffic lights. After a bang resounds, the ground begins shaking. Another explosion. The direction of the smoke informs me that it occurred near the harbor. May looks towards the smoke, seemingly on the verge of tears at any moment. May, we gotta hurry! I strengthen my grip on her hand and keep dashing and maneuvering through the chaotic crowd. Like, I can't fucking stop now! I should, but I can't! The excessive running eventually wears May out, so I stop for a moment. Just a little more, we're almost there. I survey our surroundings while she catches her breath. I hear another thundering explosion off in the distance. May looks off in the distance and tears well up in her eyes. The city she loves is in flames and ruin. I don't blame her for being in shock. She fights against her emotions and wipes her tears. Ready, May? Sorry, I was about to take her hand when the great tensional bridge erupts in flames. I hear May whisper silently to herself in disbelief. I also hear panicked voices and screams all around me. They targeted the bridge? Makes no sense. Why'd they destroy it? They tried to cut off the citizens' escape route or what? What the hell is happening? Don't tell me my earlier speculation was actually right. I thought for sure this was the Commonwealth's doing. Destroyed all the strategic buildings and places so they could prep for a full-scale invasion. Oh god, no. Are you seriously trying to take everyone at the Academy hostage? They blew up the bridge so they could isolate the island. This is their doing. It has to be a terrorist attack by the radicalists at a faction of the Commonwealth. Radicalists. Okay. Yeah, I was saying it right. A blanket term for an ideology in Japan that proposes extreme military action. It can be found in both the UPJ and the Commonwealth, but their influence is much greater in the Commonwealth. The moderates, on the other hand, strive for technological innovation and economic prosperity over military action. This is serious shit right now. Jesus fucking Christ, I wasn't expecting this. Everything would fit together under that assumption. National Academy accepts a lot of exchange students from the Commonwealth. Most of those students are liberal-leaning in their political ideology. Only a radicalist group would dare attack the students of moderate wingers. I firmly embrace the tearfully defeated May. I can think through the motives and all that stuff later. I have more important things to do. Everything's going to be alright. Right. You have to get back to your home, May. You should be with your family right now. Let's just go check on your family for now. Then we can see who might be willing to help rescue the people in the hospital. Of course, that was a lie. Can't let May take care of evacuating people. Not now. The situation keeps getting worse by the second. The city, Morna, is being turned into a war zone. I can't possibly just let her be out there in the thicket of this mess. We turn around and keep running. We avoid big streets full of people and the area around the ward office. May instructs me every step of the way. What was that? I suddenly hear something. It's a familiar sharp sound of the air trembling. God, no, they wouldn't. That was no way. Get down, May! Pull her towards me in a panic. I have to protect her. As that thought races through my mind, I wrap my arms around her strongly. May! Light, sound, and heat all assault me at once as the air around us explodes. Massive storm of flame rages around us. Our bodies are blown away with such force that it feels like it isn't mine anymore. Crap! We wildly crash to the ground as debris pelts us from above. Protecting our heads is our greatest priority. As I cough from the excess smoke, I smell a distinct smell of things burning. I feel a wave of dizziness assault me. Shake my head and slap my face just to barely keep my consciousness afloat. I can't stay here any longer. On the battlefield, you have to be constantly on your feet until you can find a safe location. That's the only thought I can muster in my jumbled head, so I take action. My head is still fuzzy and the smoke is blocking my view, but I keep us moving nonetheless. Smoke clears and little by little, the picture of our surroundings comes into focus. Despite my jumbled conscience, I try to keep vigilant and concentrate on the view my eyes are feeding me. Oh my god. This is no longer the Morna we knew. This once peaceful, prosperous city is in complete and utter ruin. The scene before us looks like something that came straight out of a war movie. It feels entirely surreal. Even though the explosion aftermath clearly tells me we're in the middle of a real war zone, part of me still wants to believe this is just a movie set. I want to believe this isn't real, but I know it is. May? She's not beside me. Where did she... When? Something comes flying towards me again. I immediately head for cover. There are flames everywhere I look. They only keep getting bigger and bigger, like they have a mind of their own. They rage here, there, and everywhere. It's as though they're determined to burn down every single thing in the city, living or not. The sheer sight of these flames almost makes me think I'm in the middle of hell. My eyes are tearing up from the heat. Yeah, sorry, but no. I can barely hear my fucking voice over these sound effects. Put it to like 50. I fall on my knees right where I stand and vomit out what has come up my throat. I'm in the middle of hell on earth. It has to be a miracle that I'm somehow still living despite being surrounded by flames. No living thing could possibly survive temperatures this extreme. May. Why did I take her to such a dangerous place, damn it? I really think this area wasn't going to be turned into a battlefield. May, where are you? May! My desperate cries are easily drowned out by the roaring flames. May, answer me. May! At what point had my brain shut off during all this? How did I not realize the direness of the situation? Did I really not see war coming after watching those troops and tanks on TV? Why did I... Someone is coming towards me. May, is that you? No, it could be someone from a rescue squad. Please, find May. Find May. I call out to them desperately. They should be able to hear me. They're coming towards me, so they know what so they have to know that I'm here. The man walks directly through the wall of flames. Even with fire raging on, he walks unaffected. That's his hair. Are we gonna have fucking time travel? His body doesn't burn, nor do his clothes. I immediately recognize the uniform he has on. It's the Tenshido Academy uniform. The person who appeared before me is that seemingly heat-resistant uniform is none other than...
Yo, Tobu Kaito.
Oh, it's apparently not. Other Kaito. Tobu Kaito? Is he... me?
もう朝だよ。おはよう、ネボスケ。いい夢は見られたかい？夢は叶ったかい？悪夢にはかなわないかい？どちらにせよこれでおしまい。悪夢とはさようならだ。
What the fuck? Flames from the explosions are everywhere, and he stands in the middle of them and looks straight at me. This guy, he's dressed exactly to look like me. He looks Looks exactly like me. Is this guy the real Tobukaito? Wait, so did he not just imitate like the name, but also the looks or something? And again, a new beginning follows yet another end. I have no idea what the fuck is going on. Help. 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 Fucking re-zeroed his ass. Anyways, I'm confused, very confused. I'm just gonna go cleanse my mind with senseless memes and anime titties or something, because Jesus Christ, I have no idea what the fuck is going on anymore. Wow. Like, Jesus Christ. The fuck? Help? Help. I'm scared. Fucking hold me. Bye.